Welcome to another episode of Bussin with the Boys. As always, it's your boy Will Compton, my co-host Taylor Lewan. We have a loaded show where we talk at the first half of the episode. We'll be knocking out football headlines, college and NFL. We'll be having some fun stories. There's a little spicy road tier talk where we talk about role play. A little segment does happen. You're going to feel a little weird at first, but just it's normal for the show. It's normal for the programming. If you're here for our interviews, Cam Ward, Tyler Lockett, Corey Levin, Cam Ward, that will be in the back half of the episode. We appreciate you so much for tuning in. If you're watching right now, please make sure you are subscribed. And here's what I want to say. If you enjoy the show, if you enjoy what you listen to, if you enjoy the boys, you enjoy the locker room, you enjoy the banter, you enjoy football season, simply all we ask is that you subscribe to the show, follow us on Spotify, follow us on Apple. We got a lot coming up this season. Huskers play. Listen, Huskers play this Thursday. And I do have an announcement, some housekeeping items that I'm going to address. We are doing, as you guys know, our Bussin live show that's kicking off September 19th before the Bussin Bowl. Those tickets are selling out fast. If you want to secure a ticket to go to the live show, I don't know, there's not very many left, but it's bwtb.com. We are also announcing, I got right here in my hand, we are doing a tailgate on the morning of September 20th before the Bussin Bowl, where we will be at Haymarket Park at 11 a.m. RSVP at the link in this YouTube description or the bio on our socials to secure your spot. This is going to be huge, boys. Another announcement with a partner that we've been working with that's been near and dear to our heart that we both play for, the Tennessee Titans. We've teamed up with the Tennessee Titans for an official watch party this fall, Week 5, October 5th against the Arizona Cardinals. It's an official collab, October 5th watch party. Titans versus Cardinals, the Brooklyn Bowl. Tickets are on sale now. bwtb.com. We will see you there. This is a fun episode. Again, we appreciate you for being here. We appreciate you listening to us at work, at home, whatever you're doing. Thank you so much. From the boys to you, big hugs, tiny kisses. Enjoy this episode.
All right, we're good.
Be like, bussin' with the boys, hanging with the fellas, betting on a game. No woman's gonna tell us what to do, and I've been over here just drinking beer and making that noise. Baby, I'm hanging with the fellas, bussin' with the boys.
Bro.
Welcome to Bussin' with the Boys, episode 343. Football's back.
Football is back.
Football is back.
Football, if you're wondering when it's going to be back, it's back.
Let's do the ad. Let's do the ad before we ramp up because we're here.
Because people are going to tell them want to talk about football.
The air outside, the sunshine. What is it, in the 70s all week?
It was 67 degrees when I was driving in today.
And I want to say at LSU, Clemson's going to be cool. When we're at Ohio State, Texas, it's going to be the opening morning is going to be like in the upper 40s.
It's going to be nice.
Football's back.
Football is back.
And Bussin' with the Boys is strongly, beautifully, powerfully presented by FanDuel, the FanDuel Sportsbook, the number one sportsbook in America. Boys, if you're tuned into the show on Tuesday, August 26th, Futures Day is live right now on FanDuel. Happy Futures Day from the FanDuel Sportsbook. We're talking 24 hours of boosts, bonuses, and bragging rights on all your favorite football season picks. Today only, every single person gets an instant bonus on any football futures bet.
Yes.
You think your team's going over their win total?
Lock it in.
You're feeling crazy and want to parlay 8 division winners?
Lock it in.
You want to ride with the boys in our picks?
Lock them in.
Whatever your game is, you choose how you want to play it today at FanDuel, and make sure to check back in the app every 3 hours for special flash deals on football futures. Head on over to FanDuel to claim your Futures Day promos and lock in your picks. FanDuel, play your game.
I love it. Josh Pate said it perfect. It's March.
Jam-packed show.
It's March, Wednesday. Got it bad Wednesday. There's nothing we can do for you. Today, you have a tough Monday. Don't worry. You've got this Thursday. You've got this Friday. You've got this Saturday. Hell, you even got Sunday. And that's just a college football slate. Next week, having a bad Tuesday. Guess what? We got Thursday. We got Friday. We got Saturday. We got Sunday. Football is here from now till almost the second quarter of next year. So if you're having a tough day, go ahead, get you a good night's sleep, because soon it's going to be a whole lot better. I lost my go ahead, lost my train of thought. But I know football's back.
You're excited.
I'm very excited.
You're excited. The Huskers play this Thursday.
They do. And here's the best part.
Time television.
And the thing that fires me up.
Cincinnati Bearcats. Go ahead.
The thing that gets
Matt Rhule, year 3, the era. Go ahead.
History.
Yeah.
Matt Rhule, year 3. And the thing that fires me up is everybody's making this out to be a big game because it's a neutral site. And Cincinnati was good 4 years ago, 5 years ago when Fickle was there. I have no doubts right now that Nebraska is covering -6.5. It's almost
I thought
insulting.
It was 13. I thought it was -13.
Yeah, I know.
I'm moving the line.
I'm on that with you. I'm on that. I might not move the line as much as you, but I am with you on -6.5. That's more of a locker room thing. The locker rooms that come out.
Yes.
Wednesdays, it comes out at 6 p.m. Comes out at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. That's the college football. Thursday, 6 a.m. is when the NFL portion comes out. That is how the locker room schedule is going to work this season. Obviously, we have Thanksgivings. We have these other things. We'll figure all that out as it goes.
If you're sitting there rocked up and you happen to miss the locker room debut last week, we have Josh Pate with the boys. College football. Taylor just said it. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m., the boys and Josh Pate. NFL's locker room. You got the boys with Delaney Walker and Clay Matthews. That's all season long, gentlemen. That is all season long. Great news coming off of last week. Over 1,000 people subscribed. New subscribers when tuning into those shows.
Really?
People are rocked up. They're ready to go for this football
People are
season.
juiced up. I will say this. If we're playing the transparency game, every year, week 1 of the locker room or whatever gambling show we're doing kind of has that big spike. It's up to me, you, everybody on this bus, and everybody who watches this show to make sure that we're following the picks all year long.
But that's up to us. We got to deliver a great product for people.
Got to deliver a great product. I'd like to think week 0 futures picks went very well.
Yes.
I think everybody was dialed in. Everybody was locked in. Clay Matthews came in with an absolute bang on the NFL locker room. Josh Pate, Encyclopedia. Guy is incredible. Any team you want to talk about, I can just say a team to him. He's going to start rattling off. Transfers in, transfers out, OC changes, DC changes, how the school looks, the vibe, the culture, everything. Josh Pate's that guy.
Don't sleep on yourself now. You say Taylor Lockett, Arizona State, go. You know everything about Arizona State.
I did, but I'm more of I can sprinkle on a certain teams here and there. I'm not as widely versed as Josh Pate is.
That's why we got him on. That's why we got him on.
Because I know when it comes to Nebraska football, you have an idea of what's going on around there.
Yes.
You have an idea.
Yes.
Speaking of Nebraska football, speaking of podcasts, Matt Rhule, House Rules. First episode just came out. I watched 10, 15 minutes of it. I want to know what you think.
Time out. I got to place this bet.
Here's what I think.
It's Futures Day. It's Futures Day.
Also,
Nebraska right now is plus 320 if you want to go 10 plus wins on the season.
people, we saw this was week 0 of college football on Futures Day. This was a past bet, present bet. But we know there's a little bit of a Will Compton curse out there. Sometimes he goes on bad betting streaks. And I couldn't help but be watching the Kansas State game, open up Twitter, and he places a live bet, and he says, now we push.
Yeah,
Money line Kansas State doesn't hit.
It's
week 0.
Iowa State scores. So we're down. Kansas State's down 10.
Yeah.
And I'm looking like, okay, do I hedge here? Do I go, Kansas State to cover? I think it was sitting around 9.5, but the odds just weren't tickling my pickle the way I wanted it to, JP. And I just saw Kansas State plus 1,000. It was plus 1,000 or 10,000, something like that.
It was plus 1,000.
Plus 1,000. And, okay, am I going to chase with minus 9.5 to cover like 250, whatever my unit is, 250, 500 is kind of my unit range. Or do I just take 50 and sprinkle the money line on Kansas State?
Right.
And what do you know? I pound it. And they bomb,
Shit the
score
bed.
right when they get the ball. And I'm like, oh my God, I might be a fucking genius right now. And, Kansas State ended up losing the ball game.
Now, in the locker room, college football edition, you said Kansas State is going to win the Big 12. Does your opinion change at all after watching the versus Iowa State?
I think the Big 12 is so wide open. It's a long season.
I disagree.
I mean, you sit there, you look at Iowa State, you see, what is it, Rocco?
Yeah,
Rocco Becht
Which, by
And
the
Coach
way,
Campbell.
I fell in love with him during that football
Coach
game.
Campbell, they can run the ball well. That little white boy in the backfield now, he was toting the rock.
Nothing
around a
gets you
little
more
bit.
rocked up than a white boy toting the rock.
Yeah, but they can run the ball a little bit. Kansas State's got to figure out who they want to be. Like it's like Avery Johnson has this ceiling, and everybody wants him to touch this ceiling. But after watching that performance, the grace that I give him is just that the elements in the environment. There's a wet ball field. You're going to Ireland. You're doing all these different things. But the way he handled himself in a couple pressure situations, it's like, are we just going to get the same guy? Because if it's the same guy, you're going to be looking at a 4-loss season again, 4 or 5. You're going to get that floor with the coach climbing every time. He's a culture guy. But if him going through the air, you just got to build it in the run game. You got to lean on him. I'll give you an example. It was like, and also drop balls everywhere. Week 0, you got to assume there's going to be bad football being played.
A lot of off the field stuff too.
A lot of off the field. Yeah,
off the field.
Yeah, we'll get to the Johnson scuffle. The Johnson coffee date. as I
Johnson
like
and
to call
Johnson
it.
scuffle.
Yeah, the Johnson and Johnson scuffle after the game. But there was one where it's like Iowa State pressured them, and they were running a 0 blitz. Offensive line did a poor job picking it up, but somebody came screaming right down the middle. There's a dude, wide open on that slot. He doesn't, or Johnson, Avery, he doesn't see it, and he gets an intentional grounding penalty. To me, it's like those cool, calm, poised quarterbacks that are tapping into their ceiling in college football. They're going to know what to do with the ball. If they see the offensive line break down in front of them, they see pressures coming. You're assuming nobody's going to come scot-free up the middle. I think the offensive line had a brain fart there. But the quarterback usually knows what to do when they are absolutely dialed the fuck in.
Yeah.
They won't be, falling back, getting not to the line of scrimmage and getting a grounding penalty, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think seeing his head on a swivel, it's like those moments right there. And there's also drop balls. Like there's this cat, I think his last name is Bradley, number 5. It's like a 4th and 7, 4th and 8, guy's wide open, he drops the ball.
No doubt.
But then we're not hitting the panic button on
specifically talking about that play where Avery Johnson kind of scooted over to the right a little bit, didn't get it past the line of scrimmage, get an intentional grounding call in the 4th and whatever. Avery Johnson shows flashes of like amazing athletic ability. He can run the ball really well. He's a powerful
That's been
cat.
his career.
He's got some savviness in the on the East-West category. But when I look at him throw the football, one, his motion doesn't. I mean, I'm not a quarterback coach. You guys seen me throw a ball. I'm not the greatest. I don't have the greatest arm motion in the world.
Oh, we know.
But if I'm watching a D1 quarterback, his release looks a little different to me. And he has cats. This is after the weather subsides in the 1st and 2nd quarter. This is now, the game is officially people are getting into a groove of the game. I'm watching Avery Johnson. I'm watching Rocco Becht.
Yes.
I'm seeing Rocco Becht at one point. He is 5 for 12 in his completions. However, I saw 4 or 5 drops that were like right in the breadbasket, right in the hands.
You saw it all, especially
when
in the
you put
first
it on the
half.
film and it's like, the coach sits there and he's like, our quarterback can't give you a better ball. You have to come down with this. That was in the first quarter and a half. Avery, when I watch him, he had a guy on an out, not necessarily a routine play, but a lot of separation. He's sailing that thing where it's an uncatchable ball for both of them. I saw Avery kind of flinch a little bit when it comes to putting the ball in the places you need to be if you want to be a Big 12 champion, if you want to be the school that's going to take the next step, not have the floor because you're going to lean on your culture of having 4 or 5 losses. I didn't love that. I give grace because you're in Ireland. The weather's bad. Anytime you go, over to Europe or the other side of the world, everyone's always bitching and complaining about the field. You see that with the receivers. They're slipping and sliding everywhere. But when I walk away from that game, I look at Iowa State's offensive line. I go, they've got a lot of holes. They've got a lot of issues going on there. But I look at Rocco Becht. He seems very decisive. He gets the ball out really fast. He puts the ball in a good place for guys to be successful. I see Avery Johnson in that 0 blitz. He, with all the athletic ability in the world, kind of gets scared and just kind of muffins one over on the right side. Avery, I think he needs to take a look in the mirror a little bit. While if you're an Iowa State fan, you're like, yeah, we have obvious holes in certain areas, but I like our quarterback and he's going to give us a chance to win every single time. Because once the run game started to get going a little bit, you see the offensive line, they're a little undersized. They're not the most athletic group in the world. They were giving up some pressures, especially early in the game versus that defensive line. But your quarterback, buddy, I'm telling you, you got a little something. You get a little creative with some bubbles, some movements, stuff like that. He's going to put the ball where you want it to. I don't feel that way with Avery after this week, but that's
you got to build it through the run game with Avery. Like Avery gives me a feeling of like I don't want this to come off as a shot in any type of way. It's just where my brain's going.
His dad will come and beat your ass.
Like a poor man. It's like a style of Taylor Martinez. where he can run the ball really well. What?
Was it like a 2012 reference?
Yeah, Taylor Martinez was
Yeah.
on quarterback. He was a monster.
Yeah, no, he was a stud, but yeah.
High ceiling, awkward, arm motion, all that kind of stuff. But you build it through the run game with Avery Johnson more than you would. Obviously, the opposing quarterback is Rocco Becht.
Yeah.
I just think I'm not pushing the panic button on Kansas State. It's a lot of that where they're going to get back across the pond, and it's going to be a lot of just playing team football.
And you, of all people, should know with your team, week 0 doesn't count.
Yeah, foreign soil.
Foreign soil, it doesn't count. Doesn't mean anything.
That onside kick still haunts me.
I'm just looking at Iowa State, and if I'm Iowa State, I feel really good about my quarterback's performance. I think percentage-wise, he was actually below 50%. But if you watch the game, you're like, okay, there's a lot of drop balls there. There's a lot of week 0, no preseason, guys feeling out, and the weather.
I wonder what made Johnson & Johnson get into the scuffle. Like, what were
probably
they
this
upset
conversation.
about?
It's probably this conversation where the dad is feeling some type of way. He thinks his son's going to be a first-round pick when the season's over. A lot of people are talking about it in the Big 12.
The fact that they're on the ground fighting.
Which is just crazy. And in a puddle, too. They're just fighting in a puddle.
It just means
Sewage
more
water.
I don't know if you want to get
in Ireland.
Scuffle in Ireland. Like,
I think
for
that's,
some
to me,
reason, that's just another
to me, this is nothing to look at. Yeah, this is a coffee
rainy
day.
day on the Pebble.
This is a couple family members getting a coffee in Ireland. This is what happens. This is nothing even to look at. I saw that they posted an apology. We won't let it happen again. It means more to this family. This family takes their football very seriously.
Also, who won though?
I don't know which one's which.
Low key, I think Dad had top control.
Dad had top control.
Is that Dad who had top control? All right. All right.
On a great dub for the dad if he was the winner.
What the stuff that I've heard in the college football world, I saw that video, I saw that fight, and it didn't come off surprising to me because you got the dad who's very involved with his son, who happens to be the starting quarterback at Kansas State with a high ceiling. So when I saw this video, I wasn't too surprised. I had a good laugh, and it's like, hey, keep it moving.
Yeah,
gotta know what set him off.
To me,
though.
this is
gotta know what set him off.
You're sitting. This is a family issue. Family decided to handle stuff in public a little bit. Take the cameras away. Let them handle their business. Let's move on. Move forward. Let's get on out of here. That's all it is.
I like to picture it. The younger brother was like saying like Avery sucks or whatever, and the dad was like, "Your ass didn't even play college football, so shut up." And then they start fighting.
Yeah,
that's how I picture it going down.
Dads at home right now. Everybody's asking about family fights. Right. Families fight all the time. That's all that was.
Yeah. Foreign soil doesn't count. Anything you do over there, it doesn't matter. What do you do in the continental United States or Hawaii, where Stanford lost?
Yeah, they're having their
Stanford loses to Hawaii, bro, which is just, when are they going to come out of the gutter, man? When are they going to get back to the hardball era where they're in 46 personnel? They have all offensive linemen on the field and one running back, and they're just going to shove it down your throat because they just can't. They just can't fucking get it done. You even have Andrew Luck, who retired early, who is a generational talent, your GM. And we just can't figure it out.
I know. I hope they win just because Andrew Luck's there.
Yeah, same. But
I don't really watch a lot of Stanford football.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. They've got to have the worst schedule every year. They fly to Hawaii. Okay, that's a 6-hour flight from Stanford. They fly back, and then they got to play 5 or 6 games on the East Coast because of the ACC. We're setting these boys up for failure.
Yeah, give them some airline miles.
And a school that's known for being so smart, what are we fucking doing? What are we doing?
They're racking up their rewards points right now.
Here's what you do. Fly to the East Coast, get yourself a high school football facility, Zoom online classes. Fix your program right there. You just got you 2 more dubs in the season probably because we're not dealing with so much damn jet lag. You know?
Yeah.
Right? We interrupt this episode to bring you Neutral. Have you tried Neutral? If not, you're missing out. Neutral is so much better than any other seltzer I've tried. It's made with real vodka and real juice. That's what makes it delicious. Neutral comes in a variety of flavors. I've told you before. I'll tell you again. My favorite flavors, pineapple and lime. Neutral is the perfect drink to bring when you're hanging with friends, and it is such a crowd pleaser. Neutral, keep it tasty. Back to this episode.
A team that looks solid and don't know how good Fresno State is. It seems like they are ass, but Kansas looked pretty good.
Yeah, I think Fresno State's just ass.
They are.
I mean, I to be honest, I didn't really watch the game, so that was kind of like that was a floater. I just put that in the wind right there. I probably shouldn't have. No disrespect for the Jayhawks. My brain sees basketball. That's all I'll say. Show me, don't tell me.
Yeah, Jalen Daniels is he is a dog. It for Kansas, it's truly all about him being healthy because he's built again. Not trying to take a shot at the kid. Built a little lean, built a little frail. Hell of an athlete. but he's been on the injury report several times for Kansas. Because you listen to Peyton, you listen to all the college football heads talk about it, like Kansas could be a competitor in the Big 12, but it truly all depends on the quarterback, Jalen Daniels.
Big week, man. Big week.
You were asking about Coach Rhule and his podcast?
Yeah, I was. I want to know how you felt about Matt Rhule 10 days before the kickoff of their football season. Has a podcast that comes out. I saw the intro. He's got a lot of questions too. I understand that. He's in the building. I love Matt.
Yeah.
I love Nebraska football. Are we getting distracted? We got the photo shoot a couple months ago. We got a podcast now. I have no doubt year 3 Matt Rhule is going to show up this year.
Yeah.
That's not going to be the issue. What's too much though? And that's I'm not saying I'm in it or out of it. I'm just worried about distractions. I know my boy's been hurting for the good part of a decade. And I just want everyone to be focused on your mental health. And then when I see the podcast, I get worried that maybe we're not 100% focused on Will Compton's mental health in Nebraska.
He doesn't need to be focused on my mental health. I love the podcast. I think, he's a pioneer in the space, man. He when he was talking about doing it, I was like, bro, I think it's a great idea. You get an inside look at everything going on with Nebraska. And again, he's got a lot of questions. He wants to have a podcast. Let me ask you, when we started our podcast, would you say that you were distracted?
I would say no, but
would you say you lost focus? You're not focused on the task at hand?
No. It's a bad argument, but I understand what you're saying.
Why is it a bad argument?
Because I was a left tackle for a team, one of 11 guys on the field at one time, knowing my job, my circumstances, and basically evaluating the players that I'm playing against and the scheme I'm playing against. This is a head coach of a football team who's managing recruiting guys, who's managing transfer portals, who's managing quarterbacks who want more money, receivers that they're bringing in to help their quarterback out. Now they have to worry about their offense. Hogerson's doing his thing. Well, how's our defense going to be this year? We lost 2 guys in the middle that we really like. How do we replace that? So there's a lot more on a head coach's plate than there is on a left tackle plate. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm just worried distraction. Yeah, and it's only and Matt said it in his podcast. There's only so many hours in the day. There's only so many hours in the day. There's only so much time you can focus on football before you need to, spread your wings and do your other stuff. Invest in other things in your life. So I'm with you on if you want to take an hour out of your week and do a podcast, sit there. I love that he's standing, by the way. Great for the body. I think that's awesome. I think it's great. It's so new.
Right.
It's very new.
Feels uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
It is. It's like when you're going into it, hey, when you drop the first episode, just be ready for the external noise because it's going to be there. Especially if you don't win, the external noise is going to be there. But you answered the question the same way when you were coming on and doing Bussin' with the Boys. Is you understand what your capacity is. I trust that he knows what his capacity is. If he's taking an hour and a half to do a podcast, I'm sure there's a lot of episodes that are already banked. Then it's like he's doing his thing.
I just hope that if the season doesn't go the way that we expect it to go with Nebraska, I hope he just keeps doing it. I don't want there to be a week where it's like, we're not going to do it this week and then give an excuse for it. That's a bad look. You gotta punch through no matter what.
Absolutely.
Similar to our first year doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Right? We start 2-4. I'm suspended. The whole world's burning to the ground and we just kept on going. And it's like, you don't want to, but worst case scenario, you got to keep doing it, Matt.
Yeah.
Got to keep doing it throughout the season.
When Will goes on, though, that episode's going to
go crazy.
What week, Will?
It'll be after the season when we,
You should do it.
Celebratory.
You should do it Bussin' Bowl week.
No. He's got again, after the season, because I'm sure he's got a lot of episodes that are already backlogged. Like, that's not the right time. Timing is everything.
Okay.
The timing for that banger will be postseason when we 10+ wins.
10+.
Maybe like Super Bowl week. He's got like a setup at Media Row.
Yeah. All the haters, though, they're waiting for a little drop and then the point to, hey, this is a distraction, yada, 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 yada.
Yeah, the white noise.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm playing a little devil's advocate for you. I want Nebraska to be Nebraska for your sake. I can't see you go through it again.
Taylor, this is not the week
I feel
for that.
good. Listen, I'm it's football week. We're finally here. Cincinnati. Week 1, Cincinnati Bearcats.
Home game.
Yeah.
I
feel
Kansas
really
City.
good. Dana Holgerson. JP knows.
JP he understands.
Yeah.
He absolutely understands.
Dylan Raiola year 2, Matt Rhule year 3.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of hogs.
Everything's going your way. Everything's going your way right now.
Not yet. It feels good.
Everything's set up to go your way.
The momentum feels really good right now.
The year 3 Matt Rhule quarterback in year 2, went to the transfer portal, got yourself a couple of wide receivers to help out that offense a little bit. Spicy defense, hogs in the middle. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Some youth on defense. I'm excited to see the black shirts run around out there.
Yeah. Other news. Bryce Underwood is now the starter for the University of Michigan. Golf clap for him.
I'm excited to watch Bryce Underwood,
dude.
man. He looks like an alien in a uniform.
He looks like an alien. The one practice we got to saw, I think we all walked away impressed. Like, okay, maybe this kid is who people are saying he is. He had the one hiccup against Nico. Shout out our intern Nico, who what's his last name? Ghetto. Yeah. Andrew Ghetto. As Italian as it fucking gets.
Yeah,
has a big gets
Nico
him.
picked him off.
Yeah. Quick release. The question mark going in this is you get Mikey Keene from Fresno State. You bring him in. Do you let Mikey Keene take over while this kid's kind of learning a little bit? Unless you see something that's like, this guy's got to be our starter right here, right now. I think it's a good move long-term for the University of Michigan. You bring back a lot of stars in the offensive line, a lot of things coming out of that camp saying that offensive line's gotten a whole lot better from last year. They ended the season really well, much better in the run game, much better in protection. I'm excited to see him. New Mexico, but more than anything, I'm excited to see that week 2 in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think Bryce Underwood's, you brought him there to be the future for the next however many years at Michigan. Like, you throw him in the fire. If he's got any type of ability that you recruited him for, I don't like the juggling quarterbacks. I don't think you start another cat, let him get, let him feel out the game day. I mean, you got Oklahoma in week 2. You're at Norman in week 2. I think you just got to get him in. If he takes his licks, he'll take them early, but he's going to be a stud.
He's going to be a stud. Yeah, the phrase, if you got 2 quarterbacks, you got 0 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You gotta stick with one guy and get this kid, in the fire immediately of Big Ten ball.
I agree.
Big Ten ball with
Who
an
you
SEC
guys got this
game.
weekend?
New Mexico. I think we're favored by 38.5 points. That's nuts. Probably. Yeah, I'll probably just take it to, support the boys. But last year, week 1, we're sitting in was it Texas Station? College Station. Texas A&M versus Notre Dame, and I'm sitting there on my phone watching. I don't know if it was Bowling Green or something, just being like, we can't throw the ball.
Was it Fresno?
It might have been Fresno. I think that might have been who it was. But I remember sitting there while this electric game's going on my iPhone, thinking to myself, "Oh fuck!"
But y'all did put it away in the second half.
Yeah,
but we still didn't cover.
Yeah,
still didn't cover, and it was shaky. We couldn't throw the ball very much.
You come out of that game with some question marks.
And then I think the next week or the week after that, we'll play Texas. And we all walked in. We knew it was a bit of a sacrificial lamb out for slaughter.
It's a huge year. It's a huge year for Michigan.
Yeah.
Pivotal.
Absolutely.
Pivotal. I think
if it goes bad, you got to hire good. Well, I won't go there.
You want to find out who's at the helm.
Yeah.
They're like, this is a big year for Coach Sharon Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a big year. I don't think this is like a hot, let's say worst case scenario, we hit the floor with Michigan. It's bad. It's 7-5 or whatever it is. I don't think you're looking at Sharon Moore being like, we're replacing him after this year.
Hire fast, fire faster.
You think so? I think the biggest thing that colleges run into issues is like hiring or firing guys way too quickly.
I'm with you 100%.
Yeah, I think
I'm fully on
like
that.
I think Matt Rhule should technically still be in North Carolina.
Quote that a lot of successful business owners say is like hire fast, fire fast.
Yeah, I just think that.
I do think if you guys have you mentioned 7-5, you go 7-5, your antennas do have to be
your
up.
Antennas go up for the next year. No, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Where you have a really short leash going into the following season.
Right.
This is other, you got Oklahoma, you got Nebraska. And then it's pretty favorable after that until you get into obviously the last game of the year, which you can kind of just mark up as a win at this point, the way they played the last 4 years. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun year to watch. I think we're all excited for our teams.
Big year, big season just for Bussin in general. We just had Rearview Mirror, the very first episode of Rearview Mirror. If you guys like some little documentary style content, Rearview Mirror just dropped last night on Sunday. Looking back at our Donald Trump interview, everything that went around the Donald Trump interview, how we ended up getting him as a guest, the lead up into him coming in the room, everything around it with the Bussin boys, Taylor, myself, Delaney, the boys in the back, Jared Beeman, a producer here at Bussin with the boys, did an incredible job. This is his brainchild, something he's been wanting to do for a long time, and we didn't give him any guardrails. It was just, hey, make whatever is going on in your mind right now.
This is his idea. This is his baby. He went out and did it. When he was showing it to me, it was like 75, 80% done. I was blown away by the production value.
First time I watched it was last night.
Really?
Yeah, and I called him up and I said, "Bro, that is incredible work." Like you crushed it, man.
Absolutely killed it. So if you like that, if you like the rearview mirror, that's a very new thing.
Like sit down confessional corner type.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Jared came in and at the end of the episode, he's like, "If you like this, blah blah blah," and we're just wondering, who do you want to see next? Obviously, there's a lot of other big guests that we've had on. If you're wondering about the backstory, go ahead and leave in the comments. Who do you want to see in the rearview mirror?
Yeah. Drop comments. That feedback's really going to help Jared because I think he's saying the cadence might be like once every 3 months and just focus on a moment in Bussin lore and Bussin history that was pivotal for us. I feel like there's a lot of different shit. JP's got so much footage from the vlogs.
Yeah. I think like a Bussin Bowl one would be cool.
Bussin Bowl.
Bussin Bowl would be awesome.
You got the Vrabel, like when we took off with Vrabel, signing with Barstool, leaving Barstool, FanDuel, Jeffrey
Star, Jelly Roll. I think just how he got
That
in
would
the
be
fold
good
with us
one.
would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because we kind of just stumbled upon Jelly, like came out of his own way just to come and meet us and be like, "Hey, I'm a fan of you guys. I want to come on your show."
Yeah. Starting as just a podcast and expanding into vlogs, expanding into different shows and content.
Yeah.
Taking the camera inside locker room. Like, yeah, I think there's a lot of meat on the bone.
Yeah, it was awesome. The production value is unbelievable.
Dude,
it was like a Netflix documentary the way he put it together.
I saw one comment that was like, "Y'all think y'all are 96 Bulls?"
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one that I like the most is the one sitting as the top comment with all the thumbs up stuff is them just saying like, tipping the cap to the production. Like this is something that could be on like Netflix or HBO style. Cause the production of it was that good.
Yeah.
Jared did a really good job.
Mhm.
Jared came up with a lot of the shit.
He
man.
did it. I think he did it all. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he was talking about he's sitting with JP on a lot of different stuff, like going over different moments, way to kind of build the storyline out, ways to kind of like just look back at that moment and how it all transpired.
I think it was the
Really
perfect
good.
length too.
Yeah, it was like 23 minutes.
Yeah.
Good, easy, digestible. You kind of want to eat like just the intro of it all. You're like, I got to see what this is all about.
Yeah,
How
that
it all
little
kinda
trailer
went down.
thing was nice.
The
Yeah.
music, I thought he crushed it with the music.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm sure the watch time on that video is going to be insane
Yeah.
because there's no way you click on that and not want to stick around and just see how everything turns
Yeah,
out. Like, you know the end result, but like, how did it all happen?
Yeah.
Y'all talking about the Madden ratings, bro, was so funny.
Yeah, and then JP having that
And you
sit down talking about what we're
farting
about
in
to
the
have.
chair.
Farting in the chair is crazy. And dude, us just being stir crazy. We're in there for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Just eventually just a couple of wild dogs that just need to
Very
get out of their
About
room.
to sit down with the now president of the United States and we're
Crazy.
arguing about Madden ratings.
Everyone lying.
Delaney saying he was a 99 is insane.
And then him saying, "Oh no way, I was injured that year." We're like,
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with your Madden
Right.
rating at all.
Right. No, I do feel disrespected still in my Madden ratings. We went back on it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 82.
Speed was high, or acceleration.
Acceleration was
Yeah.
nasty. I think my speed was like a 75. We interrupt this episode to bring you Lucy. Let's live up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/Bussin and use promo code Bussin, BUSSIN, to get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that's lucy.co and use code Bussin, BUSSIN, to get 20% off. Let's get back to the episode.
I don't want to beat a dead horse, but do we need this is the biggest show in the Bussin universe. Do we need to touch on the first pitch from last week?
Yeah, we can if you guys. I mean, we did talk about it in the locker room with Josh, correct?
Yeah.
Listen, if I go into St. Louis and throw that pitch the first time, I think we all just walk away like, hey, Will's throw was better. And we all kind of giggle. But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it's a first pitch. It went in the direction you want to go. Because of St. Louis, how much work we put in, and then the result we had where you have to essentially get off your feet to go get the ball.
I jumped. That's 32-inch vertical.
Well, because you had to jump in the air, it's like, yeah, it's disappointing. It's a disappointing deal. I wish it was just a laser right down the middle. There's things I'm proud of. I didn't shy away from the speed. I didn't shy away just to lob it in. But yeah, I think the moment was 30,
Your arm
32
motion is so funny.
Did you see Frank the Tank's pitch?
I didn't see it. I did see it. It was nice. I also noticed
Rip
that
the strike.
He wasn't on the diamond.
Yeah, he
He wasn't on the mound. He wasn't on the mound.
You're right. If you throw that pitch, there's really nothing that gets
Nothing
talked
to
about.
talk
But
about.
since St. Louis, it's like the question raises: does Taylor have this athletic ability in his bag?
And are you right-handed?
Yeah,
I think
are
it's
you
really just
right-handed?
turned into like, is the moment become too big for me? And that's a tough thing to look in the mirror and ask yourself that question. Like, is the moment too big for you?
Because in the vlog, you did say, Will said, are you nervous? You said nervous for what? We've been playing in front of big crowds our whole life.
Yeah.
Was that a lie?
I'm sure at the time when I said it, but once you get in there and the lights are on, you have all
Right.
15 people in that stadium. It's like, yo, I got to operate now.
Yeah.
And you get out there, and I think we're playing catch in the outfield, and I get like 4 or 5 in a row that kind of just squirrel away from me, where Will has to essentially be like, hey, you got to lock in. And then I go and
Yeah.
we short it up.
Legit stood up and was like, "Hey, bro, come
Yeah.
on. This is like
I think I
That guy
I blew
messed
my
you
load
up,
a little
bro.
too early. I think I was in a good headspace before. We do the FanDuel TV where the guy had 354 saves.
Career
he
leader.
starts, career leader. Starts coaching me on like over the top. And I said it so many times, I should have stuck with my guns of Hayes in the barn. It's like you put the work in, you know the way you're throwing, you kind of know what feels right, but to try to change the trajectory right before that pitch, I think that's what put me into a position that I'm not proud of. I'm not proud like that checked the box, but it's not the result, it's not the exclamation point you want at the end of the story. Am I going to do another first pitch? I think the answer has to be yes.
yeah, but like you said, we'll put it on the shelf. We'll
You
wait
put
till
it on the
next
shelf
season,
right now.
next
We have a whole
offseason.
football season ahead of us. Let's get into opening day. Let's get into the start of the next year's baseball season. Let's go throw a pitch.
You had a bad week last week.
No bad days, maybe bad weeks though. What happened last week?
Well, not only did you have a bad first pitch, you also ran out of gas.
Right.
Jesus. Yeah.
And it's like, at what age is that just unacceptable? I think the answer is 18. I think once you are technically an adult in America, it's time to make sure your gas is always good. Couple of disclaimers. My gas gauge doesn't work. And so I'm thinking to myself, I literally, no joke, this is
If
not,
only you could get it fixed.
no joke, dude. I'm leaving the Titans facility and I see it and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I like filled up that tank like 6 days ago, 7 days ago. Maybe I think I'm all right. And as I'm getting on, I think I'm at the last little bit, like I'm a quarter mile from the exit from our shop. All of a sudden the gas that kind of goes from like, what the fuck is going on? And I look, I'm like, I fucking ran out of gas. This is crazy.
You paid how much for that truck and the gas gauge doesn't work?
Let's not talk about this truck. This truck needs to get put down, bro.
Cool looking truck.
It's cool
looking
truck.
I have the most unrealistic expectation in my life of having old vehicles that work and run every single day. That's for whatever reason, a goal I set for myself. It is never going to come true. Every person I cross is like, had this, had that. It always fucking broke on me. And I think I'm going to be the guy that changes the game. I ran out of gas. Did the car break? No. The dumb idiot who driving the car, he's the one that fucked up. It
But
is what it is.
didn't you say the gas gauge is just not correct? Or
Yeah.
We were talking about
he
it.
got more car problems.
We were
Yeah.
talking about it though, and this isn't like a shot because when it happens to you, it is like you feel this way, but is running out of gas the dumbest thing you can do?
1,000%.
It's got to be up
I
there.
think I did it twice in the year of 2024.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know that. You're the one that would tell me, hey, I never let my vehicle get below 100 miles. You should
Right,
fill
on
it
the
up
new
like once
vehicles
gets
because
to-
it fucks up your fuel pump. I did say that to you. And look at me, right?
Yeah.
Like take your own coaching.
Yeah.
Take your own coaching and run with it. I like that my week was tough last week. I like the week before the football season starting, having some more downs than I did ups. Now I get to get in the season. I feel like I can wipe that away. Woke up this morning, threw a little sage on myself, burn it, sat there, cleansed myself. Let's get moving forward. Let's get in this football season with good vibes.
Yeah.
It's good to get away from that. Yeah.
We're- yeah.
Yeah.
And we were coming off of some good interviews that people are going to get to listen to.
Big
Cam
ones.
Ward.
Cam Ward.
Tyler Lockett, by the way, I was very
Yeah.
impressed with that
That's your
conversation.
Saturday partner right there.
Yeah. That's my
Oh
guy.
yeah. Just love him to sit at the house all day long.
Yeah, binge some shows, not say a word. Hey, you got this snack? No, but I can get it for you.
Yeah, Tyler does have that vibe where there's really no expectation
I
hanging
just
out.
love TV,
Which is the
man.
best kind of person. You just sit there and hang out. Hey, you don't want to talk? I guess we're not talking today. It's all good, man. Whatever's on the tube, you're gonna let it happen.
Yeah. And then the biscuit, Corey
The
Levin.
biscuit. Give him that last minute call. He's coming
We were
in.
talking about it on the game the other night when we were gooning, but it seemed like he was nervous sitting there.
Yeah. I
To the point that I
felt
thought he
that.
was like shaking.
I
a
thought
little
the
bit.
mic was shaking a little bit too. I just think, being a part of our group chat, our friendship, I think he sees how Bussin's kind of like done, gone up a little bit. He's probably made it a little bit bigger in his head. I think the risk thing, I think everybody besides you and me was pretty blindsided by the chat.
I also think he's just a true war dog when it comes to football. Like, this dude is in fight or flight, has been in fight or flight his entire career.
Yeah.
He's making rosters. He's going into year 9. He's survived. He's had a career that he's proud of.
Survive and advance is his mantra.
Yeah, and he's sitting there. He's probably got all the, what's coach going to think? Like, I'm not trying to
Right.
be a distraction. I'm not trying to make it seem like all these things. Like, his anxiety was probably just through the roof. Just as a football guy that's all ball, eat, sleep, breathe ball.
When we go in this training camp tour, you can tell the guys that are more vested vets and some guys who are a little more new. One guy that would surprise me a little bit was Cam. Like, he's the first overall pick. There's a lot of eyeballs, a lot of people watching every move he makes.
Yeah.
Seem very relaxed, very comfortable in who he is as a person, which I was a big fan of. A big fan of what that kid's going to do. Obviously, the Titans, I feel like we're going to have a better year than last year, but we need to temper
I think the
expectations.
national media, the national football casual fan is sleeping on the talent that the Titans can put out there. Not in a way that they win the division, but I think that they're spicy. I think that they can be spicy as long as they stay healthy. I feel like they got an O-line that's humming a little bit better now. They're obviously
Paid a lot of
young,
money for your offensive
paid a
line.
lot of money for
Yeah.
it. But Cam
you-
Ward seems like
yeah.
everything he's been advertised.
Yeah.
They got talent on the outside. They're gonna have a good defense again.
I
They
don't-
did
see, that's where I worry about that. I feel like their back end, they have very little depth. I mean,
Right, they have to
Snead's
stay
coming back.
healthy.
Their other corner, I think, is a little up and down. Hooker, I think Titan fans are back and forth on Hooker a little bit about, like, is he the guy? Is he not the guy?
But bro, that defense
Your
played
linebacker
well
position-
last year. They
Yeah.
played good enough to win a lot of games.
Linebackers got stronger.
Yeah.
Linebackers got stronger. You need somebody to rush the quarterback. Yeah, Arden Key. You lost Harold Landry. Obviously, Jeff Simmons is an absolute monster. Devondre Sweat, he's solid.
Right.
But it's like, who's your
You
back?
need
Who are
somebody
your
to come on
notable
the outside,
backups?
right?
Yeah,
Because they'll collapse. They're going to collapse the pocket, but they're going to be taking up the doubles, and you need the guys doing their one-on-ones
right,
on the outside.
right. Yeah, and if you don't have somebody that can put pressure on the outside of the offensive line, it's going to be very difficult because you can put as much pressure up the middle as you want. If you don't have somebody to clean up as this quarterback scrambling out, you're going to run into a lot of issues.
Mhm.
So I think they'll be better than they were last year. I think we're going to see from Cam Ward, we're going to see a guy that doesn't make the same mistake twice. You're going to see a guy that makes a couple of throws. You're like, holy shit, he's the guy. But at the end of the day, he's also a rookie. Like, he's a rookie. He's going to make rookie mistakes. One thing that I've learned that I've talked to a couple of people inside that building is he's a guy that when he makes that mistake, you don't see that mistake again, which is huge, huge for the brand. Keeping him upright. He doesn't seem like a guy that's going to fall into the tank if he doesn't have a couple of good weeks. So future-wise, I feel really good about it. This year is one of those we'll sees. Big we'll see this year.
Yeah.
Do you go get Trey Hendricks from Cincy? Hendrickson?
Yeah, I mean, you could. I think
think
they have
we
the
do.
capital. They do have the capital. It's
Like,
a
this
lot
is
of
the
money.
window to do it.
It's a lot of money. What year is Trey in?
Don't know off the top.
I know we're talking about the Titans, but Terry McLaurin just signed a 3-year, $96 million.
Oh, let's go.
contract.
Terry McLaurin. That's big for the Commanders. Big.
Yeah.
I mean, they get rid of the
Commanders will be
running
tough
back.
this
They
year,
trade their
man.
running back to the 49ers. Yeah. So
Good move for the Niners. I feel like the Niners really got some upside with that because you just don't know the health of who's the backup to Christian. Say that again, Mitch.
Is it Isaac Garendo?
Yes, Garindo. Both guys that were on the injury report a few times last year, but I just think Brian Robinson's a stud.
stud.
Yeah,
Mini man.
they got good depth. Yes, very physical inside the tackles.
Because now you can put Christian like in that Debo kind of spot. You know, bounce him outside, put B-Rob in the backfield.
Right, to where they're both
Push him out, let Christian run it underneath. You got options.
Yeah.
The Commanders running back now.
Eckler.
You got Eckler, but they got
They drafted somebody who they
yeah.
are
Can you
kinda
pull up
high
their
on.
depth chart? Sherm? Commanders.
Commanders.
They went and paid some money for Tunsil, right?
They traded
They have
and
Von
got
Miller now. So
Von Miller, yeah.
But they
But you have-
listen.
you
Von
have
Miller,
vets on the team.
Von Miller had six sacks in 14 games last year.
but for Washington
Defense.
again, the worst run defense in the NFL. For them, it's just going to be stopping the run if they're going to
And
close
they
the
got
gap
rid of
in
John
the NFC.
They got Jaquan.
they got Jeremy McNichols.
Yeah.
Can't kill
They
him.
got McNichols. Can't
Can't
kill
kill
him,
him.
boys. Damn. He might do a little something this year. Eckler,
Yeah,
I mean, he
Deebo
catches the ball out of the
Samuel, Zach
backfield.
Ertz.
Savvy, smart. Debo, yeah, I think that Larry Tunsil trade is going to be massive for them. That is such a huge win for the Commanders.
They got a McCaffrey, Luke McCaffrey.
Yeah.
KJ Osborne with some depth. Commanders will be tough this year.
Yeah. I mean, good for Terry also. I know there was a lot of back and forth between the franchise and him this offseason. Getting that big deal, that's big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have that. Football. We're here. We're here. Come on. It's here, boys. Got to juice you up.
What do you think's going to happen with Micah Parsons and the Cowboys?
You got to trade him.
If y'all watch the Cowboys documentary,
I haven't watched the documentary, but I've been consuming because Jerry Jones has been doing a little
It's so
press
good.
tour talking about the negotiations basically and just posturing up, letting him know. I mean, we got him for 3 more years. I hope you guys keep talking about how great Micah Parsons is because we love him here. And if you guys could see the contract we offered him, basically shitting on the agent of Micah Parsons for stepping in.
the documentary is unreal. It's very, very.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it.
Buddy, I can't wait to consume that.
Because it's all
Because
before
this is
like my time. So like learning about it.
Yeah.
and, like it's sick.
Yeah.
this was my squad until I got to Washington.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys, 90s.
Yeah, it's very, very well done.
Yeah, see what you want about Jerry
There's no,
Jones and how he's
here.
operating. That star on the helmet is just different.
I enjoy seeing him speak so much like on the topic of the negotiation with Michael Parsons because I just feel like Jerry Jones loves the game.
Yeah.
Loves the game of business,
Watch the
loves the
documentary.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
You got to have Micah Parsons on the field, though. And I feel like Mike is a prideful guy that he'll be like, all right, fuck you, I'm not playing then.
Yeah. Which I think Jerry also kind of enjoys.
He likes
He
it.
likes to see a little backbone from
They
him.
had that with
likes to
Emmitt
see a
Smith.
little song and dance.
They had
Mhm.
this same situation with Emmitt Smith. Just learned this in the documentary.
Really?
Oh yeah.
He was holding out as well?
He held out like 2 games. They lost the first 2 games, came back, he had like 4 touchdowns, and then they like went on to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, drama keeps
Yeah.
him young.
Yeah.
But it's been interesting. I have no clue how
That's
the
who you
Cowboys
go
are gonna do
get.
this year.
If you're the Titans.
That's what I'm saying. Either one of them.
Yeah, Trey he's such a unique rusher, though. Because he's not overly fast. He does a great job of getting around the edge somehow. He's much more of a power rusher. He's savvy, plays the game very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like sound. He's very sound in the run game. Like he does a great job. Micah Parsons is one of those guys you kind of just go, hey,
Go get him.
Will linebacker, Sam linebacker, you guys got to watch what he does and cover his ass up because he's
Yeah.
going to go make some
Go
plays for
fuck
you.
up this party.
Yeah, go fuck up that party. And he's much younger. I mean, Trey's been in the game for a little bit. So, I mean, both of them would help your defense in a big way. Go get both of them. Go get both of them.
Big Jeff, Michael Parsons.
Sweat.
Yeah,
imagine?
that now
Sweat in the middle too.
you just changed the entire season. Doesn't matter how your back end looks. Like, you're not getting the ball off. You're not getting the ball off with that.
We interrupt this episode because this show is sponsored by Liquid IV. The boys are going to be on the road a lot this season, and we're going to need our electrolytes. And just 1 stick and 16 ounces of water, this hydrates better than water alone. Liquid IV has 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink and has 8 essential vitamins and nutrients, always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. Savor the last bits of summer with Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com to get 20% off your first order with code BUSSIN at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code BUSSIN at liquidiv.com. Back to the episode. Another exciting headline is who's going to be the third string quarterback for the Browns.
DG.
People, the internet eats up that
Who's
content.
first? Is it Joe?
Joe's
Oh,
one.
Joe Flacco.
Who's 2?
Pickett.
Somehow Joe Flacco.
Pickett.
On the depth chart right now, it's Joe Flacco, it's Pickett, and then it's Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
Because there's conspiracies coming out of the weekend that the Browns, this is what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up Shedeur for not having success. They took him out. They removed him on the 2-minute drill and put in Huntley, who they knew wasn't going to be on the roster the next day. Why not let Shedeur get those reps in? There's also the conspiracies going so deep. I mean, this is Tim Tebow-esque type fandom, but the conspiracies are running so deep that they're saying the O-line wasn't going to block or didn't block for him. It was like trying to sabotage his game by not blocking for him.
Okay, let's start there. I'm just
saying that's how deep it has gotten.
No. If you are a Browns fan who believes that the offensive line looked at it like this is remember the Titans and the guards just kind of like being a revolving door, that is the dumbest fucking thing you will ever hear.
Yeah.
You have guys that are also getting paid that also want to make the team.
I was going to say,
not a lot of starters are out there.
You're telling
they're
me,
not. Yeah.
You're telling me that there's 5 guys on the third string. If I go back to my rookie year, 5 Willie C type mentalities out there being like, oh, I'm not going to block for this dude. So
fighting for your life.
Yeah.
You keep 9 offensive linemen and you're the third string, you're the bottom, 15 guys.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, hey, go ahead and when Shedeur's out there, maybe just let it go a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you got 31 other teams. Most of those guys are going to get cut. You got 31 other teams that are evaluating you as well. Maybe you're a P-squad guy. Maybe you're good enough to be on another team. Maybe the Cleveland Browns offense is that good. There is not a fucking chance in hell that someone is making a decision to not block for somebody because they will lose their job. That is so dumb. And if you draft a guy, it's like, yeah, you put yourself in a peculiar situation with Gabriel, with Flacco being older, Pickett. Like, you've got 4 quarterbacks and you're like, here it is. We have a very unique situation. Also, Deshaun Watson, he's putting out film of him being ready to throw again. He's got guaranteed $260 million.
Most interesting quarterback room
in the world right now. But there's no way that the Browns are sitting there being like, I know we don't ever make the playoffs and we have a great defense, but we still can't get over the hump from an offense perspective. But let's take the time to ruin this young man's career.
Where I will fodder while throwing some fish food is I was listening to TJ Hushmanzada and Chad Ochocinco break it down. And Hushmanzada had a good point. Like if you're in a tight race competing for the threes and you kind of know what your roster is going to look like, why in that last game would you not give them equal opportunity versus Dylan Gabriel playing? Did he play the first half and then Shedeur played the second half? Like, why not go a couple drives at a time, kind of give them equal opportunity and let it play out versus, you're putting Shedeur out there with all the bottom roster guys and then also removing him from a 2-minute drill where you could learn a little bit more about him when Huntley's not going to be on the roster the next day. That's the only one I can sit there and be like, oh, I can understand that perspective totally. But if you're going, then if I challenge that and then go complete business perspective of the front office and everybody else, and you want to be proven right about taking Dylan Gabriel. Like Dylan Gabriel's a 3rd-round pick to Shedeur being 5th. Like, yeah, that's a couple rounds, but still, if you want this quarterback that he's going to potentially be the future of the Browns, you want him to be in the best situation possible, so it plays out that way. And that's just as my man on Bruce Almighty would say, that's how the cookie crumbles.
Right.
Because when you are a bottom roster type guy, you're not going to be in the perfect situations. It's going to be, you have your opportunity, nobody cares, work harder, like nobody's coming to save you. You're going to be on your own island trying to create your own opportunities and the chances that you do have. I thought Dan Orlovsky did a good job breaking down Shedeur's game on actually talking football, how he's drifting in the pocket, doing some things that were question marks of him coming out of college, actually talking football. But again, when you are a lower round pick or an undrafted guy, I'm telling you right now, there is no chance where the staff and everybody's thinking, how do we set up this lower round guy or this undrafted guy for success? Nobody's thinking that. It's make your own way when you get to the fucking NFL.
I don't disagree. You said a lot of words there. Let's try to break it down one by one. Why do you play one quarterback for a first half and the other quarterback for the whole second half? My answer to that is when you're looking at a quarterback and the product they put on the field, it's not one drive that's going to define them in that game. It's the consistency of having them in. How are they operating when they make the
operation?
Mistake? When they make the mistake, the next series, how do they operate? How are they handling themselves when they have down? How they bring themselves back up when they're up? How they keep that consistency? So I think that's a reason why you play one guy for a chunk of time and the other guy for a different chunk of time.
And Dylan didn't play in the first game, right? He was injured.
He did not. He had a hamstring.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So Huntley taking over a 2-minute drill and taking Shedeur out. The logic in that is, that Tyler Huntley's not going to be on your team. This is the last preseason game of the year. This is where teams would go, we need this guy. We should give this guy a look as a tip of the cap to be like, hey, he's still a viable option. Try to keep his dreams alive. We've kind of made our decision. Let's get this guy out there. So there's 31 other teams that might want to bring him in as the third quarterback.
And I love that thought because we know Shedeur is going to be on the squad.
Right.
We know we
Right.
trust him in a 2-minute drill. And if you flip it to setting up somebody else for, hey, he's not going to be on the squad. He can have some tape before he goes out to the open market.
Yeah.
I like that thought of, hey, let's rip him out there for a 2-minute drill.
People are scratching and clawing for an answer about these two quarterbacks, Gabriel and Sanders. You want the answer. You don't get the answer. Time is what's going to give you the answer. Joe Flacco goes down. Who's going to go in? Kenny Pickett's going to go in. Let's say he goes down or he starts not playing very well. The next person that's going to go in is Dylan. All right. That's how it's going to be. He's a 3rd-round pick. He's going to get the nod before Sanders. That is the answer. It's not because there's a conspiracy. Dion has said all of these things and boasted his kids up. That is what is going to happen.
It's because Dylan has operated well enough in training camp that, hey, we're going to roll him out there.
Right. And a 3rd round, you're being like, oh, it's only 2 rounds. It's a big fucking deal, those 2 rounds. That first 3 rounds are guys that you know are guaranteed to make your spot. Guaranteed is such a relative term, but for the most part, your first 3 rounds, those guys are almost guaranteed a roster spot unless they fuck up in a big way.
Right.
After you get past the 3rd round, that's when question marks. The farther you get towards that 7th and undrafted, the less guarantee or chance you have of actually making the roster. You have to do something. Shedeur Sanders is a talent. There's no doubt about it. But to say that they are not setting up for success is such a fucking lie. It's not real. This is how
intentionally not setting him up for success.
We're trying to set up the team for success. You're trying to make sure the Cleveland Browns are the best team they can possibly be. If Shedeur is that answer, we will find that out in the future. But our job is not to coddle and make sure that this kid gets the reps so we can say he's a finished product now or he's not, and we get rid of him or we make him the starting role player. That's an answer that the fun media wants and the fans want to know, but it's not the best thing for your franchise. So it's so overdrawn and ridiculous. And you see how overdrawn and ridiculous it is by the way Shedeur is being asked questions and the way he's being clickbaited. I thought you did a great job with the obviously quote, and you're like, here's the clip for context. I think that is a good job being for the boys, a massive, that's the foundation of this show, of being like, everyone's trying to give a Shedeur a gotcha moment. And you being like, no. Here's the context of everything that's going on. You got to watch out for the smoke and mirrors. Because everybody wants.
It's such an easy grab that everybody, they're so drawn to this story of Shedeur Sanders. And it's like, I'm in both. Like, to me, it's the ball. It's like when everybody's bitching and complaining, saying they're intentionally setting him up not to fail. I'm just thinking, dude, he's a 5th-round pick. He's handled himself very well. But it's like, man, you're not going to have all of the best opportunities. Like, that's just reality.
That's reality.
For everybody everywhere. And then when you go with these grabs of these media accounts, it's like Shedeur asked if he belongs, or I forget what it was, and then they just use the one word, obviously. They know that that's going to fodder the basis of look how arrogant he is, everything else, without even looking into anything. They just read that and think that. And it's like, you see it there when Shedeur has it, he like grins and smiles. He's like, I know what you're trying to do, but obviously I feel like everybody in this locker room feels like they should be on this roster.
Ask all 94 guys on that roster, do you think he belonged? No one's going to be like, no. I think my dream's over, and I think I'm actually not built for this NFL thing. Even if you are having question marks about your talent level, you faking it till you make it. No guy's going to sit there and be like, I'm not good enough to play in the NFL. It's the same thing as a couple weeks ago. They had their reporter that keeps writing bad things about Shedeur. It's like Shedeur Sanders confronts reporter. And you watch the video and he's smiling like, hey, you going to write some good things about me?
Yeah.
Like, you going to do it? It's like, you have to tip if you are a Shedeur Sanders hater, you got to tip your cap to the way he's handled this. This kid, no disrespect, has had a silver spoon shoved so far up his ass his entire life. His dad is Deion Sanders. His dad is prime time. He has been in the spotlight. He's been in reality TV shows. He has been probably given a little bit more than he should have in college. Go back to his jersey retirement thing. I think we can all agree that, and Shane actually put it the best at the ESPYs of being like, whatever his record is and winning the Alamo Bowl or losing the Alamo Bowl, whatever it was, that probably doesn't get you a jersey retirement in your college. However, he's been punched in the face from falling on the draft as far as he can, people hating on this much, and he still continues to have a smile on his face and works his ass off. For me, I've seen enough I need to see about Shedeur. I'm bought in. And I hope he has success. But it's like to go and try to grab all these things. It's just wild. His brother, on the other hand, I'm sure he's a great kid. I'm sure he's fantastic. But if you're an undrafted cat and you're swinging on guys in the last preseason game, you are going to get cut. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. I was a 1st-round draft pick. I could almost murder somebody and I'm probably going to be on the team for the year. That's the reality of the NFL we're dealing with. When you're undrafted, you have to do everything right. You have to be on time every single time. You can't be getting in fights, and you have to show sparks where they're like, wait, who's this kid over here? I could fuck around my first year of camp and act like an idiot, and they're going to be like, give him time, let him mature. He's a talent, blah, 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 all those things. If you're undrafted, Shiloh said, you cannot be swinging on a tight end. It's an unforgivable move. It's dumb, and it might have hurt you from getting into another team.
Yeah.
He grabbed his face mask, bro.
Come on.
You get caught up in the moment there for sure. But
No,
yeah,
no.
you said that I got no notes. You're right. You got to do everything right. Like
You gotta do everything
you're
right.
on. You don't have 9 lives. You don't have any extra lives. Like
No.
you got to be somebody that's where it's like, oh, hey, he's pretty good. Does he know the playbook? Is he serviceable on special teams? Does he do all the things right?
Right.
That's where you set yourself up for the best chance. To me, what's the saddest about this whole thing is it's not even about Shedeur. It's not about Shiloh. It's about how everybody else feels about fans that are on the other side that are arguing on fucking social media about the whole thing. Because the way you put it, it's like if you watch the body of work Shedeur has put out there since he's gotten into the NFL, since he's gotten into training camp, the way he's handled interviews, everything, he knows he's got to put his head down and work, and he has done that.
Yeah.
I think he's going to continue to get opportunities, but for everybody to make it, it's truly crowds arguing against crowds. It's not even about the actual player.
Yeah.
Just people being upset about, it feels like a politicized fucking thing.
Yeah, it's too much. I mean, we're the headlines, the fun storylines are about to start coming out where we can all kind of grasp something. Is this team good? Oh, this team's fumbling. We're going to have all those things. July, August, everyone's looking for a story. Every media outlet is trying to do it. You'll watch Cam Ward podcast. What do I ask? I ask about Shedeur Sanders. Why? Because I know you guys are going to go and be like, oh, we talking about Shedeur Sanders. Let's go look at that clip. Yeah, we all fucking do it. But it's like, now we're getting to real football, where the real shit that actually matters in that world is going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to be good this year, or you're not going to be good this year.
Yeah.
The eye in the sky don't lie.
Speaking of good highlights and storylines, we will be doing a watch party October 5th at the Brooklyn Bowl watch party with the Titans. October 5th.
October 5th.
What you can look forward to is the merch drop that's happening as you're watching this episode. BWTB.com. All the gear you're seeing the boys rocking right now. The If We Die, We Die. We got Nebraska merch. We got Michigan merch. We got a plethora of new merch in the store that just dropped. These hats that you're looking at right now. A lot of different stuff. That is on BWTB.com. We're also, again, tailgate announcement. The boys, we're doing a live show, Lincoln, Nebraska at the Rococo Theater on September 19th before the prestigious Bussin Bowl. We will also be doing a Bussin Bowl tailgate on Saturday morning in Lincoln, Nebraska. Tune into the locker room on Wednesday for another special announcement involving the Bussin Bowl, but we will be releasing those details as we get them. So again, live show, tailgate, BWTB.com. Let's have some fun.
Also, big shout out to Nebraska and Michigan for allowing us to use their licensing. I know that's a thing that people don't really talk about a whole lot, but to have the N, Nebraska, Go Big Red, If We Die, We Die, to have all that on one shirt takes a lot of work. Also, shout out G for working through that process. Michigan, the Go Blue, Hail the Victors, Michigan, the winged helmet, all of it. We have had to work with them. They have allowed us to use this licensing to have like custom Bussin' with the Boys merch.
We got the logos on the hats.
Got the logos on the fucking hats. I mean, buddy, it's a special year. Buddy. BWTV.com. New merch drop tomorrow.
Yep.
I think the quote by Garrett was optimism. Let's hope that merch comes in so we could promote it.
Correct.
So if you haven't seen a promotion on the new merch, it hasn't come in. But if you did, hey, go and check because it's out there.
Promo's right here. Look no further.
Hey, and tickets for the live show are going fast. You don't want to miss a live show.
Oh, we're cooking right now, huh?
Yeah.
I think
It's going to be a great weekend.
there's another big announcement about the live show. Tune into the locker room Wednesday, 6 p.m. That's the college football edition.
Correct.
Big announcement specifically around Bussin Bowl and the live show. We'll leave it at that. But you might want to call and check in on that. Let's talk about, would you like me to?
Go ahead.
Let's talk about Rhule. Rhule Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for guys who need a secret weapon against softness. Rhule Sparks can give guys bigger, thicker, longer erections because they get fuller. After Rhule Sparks dissolve, they work in 15 minutes on average. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off their first order of Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect with the provider at ro.co/bussin to find if prescription Rhule Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/bussin for $15 off your first order. Now, Rhule, we have a spicy
Spicy road tier talk.
The category for today's road tier talk is role play.
Ooh.
Ah.
Can I be honest? Hand up. Can I be honest? Can I just get out in front of this?
Can I just say something to you? Can I say that? Can I just want to pitch my wagon to you? Whatever you're about to say, I'm probably the same.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Not a deep bag. Really not a bag at all when it comes to role play.
Same.
I flirted with it. And you fantasize about the role play stuff, and I've had a situation or two, and it's just I get awkward.
I
can't deliver.
I know. To me, it's like you're just excited when it happens anyway. You want me to put I feel like when you're putting an expectation on it, and then you go and you put the clothes on or whatever. There's a chalkboard, the whole thing.
The farthest,
I'd like to thank you.
Taylor, I thought we'd be having stories with Taylor.
No,
for me, as far as it goes, is wifey might be throwing on some lingerie, but I'm sitting there silent, like, oh, you look good, babe.
Yeah. It's a heavy breathing. As you know, once the blood flow goes from your brain to down below, there's not a whole lot of, I can't do a whole lot with myself,
Photo of that orangutan.
I will. Can we
yeah. Sitting on the edge of the bed, and you just got the little boner.
leaned up like this. He's kind of like just.
Yeah.
He's like fighting for his life to get his head out.
You excited?
Above water. So you ready for this? Maybe because we are not well versed in this, we create our tier talk together. It's just a thought. It's a brainstorm. No bad ideas in a brainstorm. How do you feel about that?
I'm with it.
Okay, let's do that.
With it.
Let's do that. I'm gonna go. This would be my tier one. Something about a massage table. So you know what I'm saying?
Are we talking massage table like
something about? I honestly, Talen's family watches this show, so I'm trying to be as respectful as possible, especially at Grandpa Win. But it's like the idea. This hasn't happened. The idea of
Are we talking what's
the Robert Kraft type of situation? You get a massage, laying down, towel, the whole kit and caboodle. What's happened? I had no idea this was happening, and then it happens.
Are we talking massage table like on the show Dave, where he's getting milked in the garage, where you got a little hole cut in?
See, that's maybe sure. Go ahead, throw that one in there. 2 or 3.
I don't know if I'm thinking anything. It's like
do you just feel
you just
the
get
discomfort?
uncomfortable.
I know.
Do we call this one a gap? And Charles walks in the room and she's got a helmet on. She's got a Nebraska helmet on. And hey, sweetheart, we're playing a gap tonight. She comes in and I got the full suit on and I tackle her. And you know how they go to where they roll around and they're starting to get up off the field. She rolls around. We end up in doggy style. And we just call that we're a gapping tonight, sweetheart. And she just keeps the helmet on. You know what I mean?
Hey, because we're both uncomfortable, I'm with you. Yeah. I'm with you.
Or get her a headset on. Maybe she plays Dana Holgerson. She wears a boy's hat. She's got a Nebraska jersey on. She's got the headset.
Big dub, just won the Bussin Bowl.
Yeah, we're in a 2-minute drill, sweetheart. Get me going. Get me going. She starts rapping.
No, you guys win the game. You're in the locker room after, and they're like, hey, you called a hell of a game. You called a hell of a game.
She calls the game. I'm the commentator. Touchdown. We start jumping, hugging, and then we just start going.
She's sitting there. She just got she got the towel over her shoulders. She's sitting there. You hear the door open and close behind her. Call it a good game today. She looks back. You think so? I think a lot of things. And then all of a sudden, something starts going down a little bit. With red and white on. Yes. Love you, sweetheart. Sherm, what do you got? What's your tier one? I think Sherm would be fantastic at role play.
Yeah.
Oh, now I kind of want to answer it seriously. I was going to say pick 6 at the Holiday Bowl would be pretty good.
There'd be another Willie C. Like I just Rolodex. I have a playbook of fantasies I got to play out. Yeah, all my best plays.
Oh,
yeah, just after I go, just dab. Shout out to Roe.
I love so many movies. I would want to do like some kind of movie scene, some kind of movie character. How Lord of the Rings. If I'm Aragorn, she's Eowyn. That's game over, dude. I have.
Sherm, how would you handle being a teacher, substitute teacher?
Why don't you guys try a little something real quick?
See, now I get uncomfortable. I'm gonna be Jill.
Yeah, you could crush it. And I'm the substitute?
Yeah, you're the substitute.
Okay. All right, class. Everybody, let's get our pencils and papers out. Let's quiet down. Oh, you right there in the front row. You had a question?
Yeah, Mr. Young, what will we be learning today?
You can just call me Sherman. Mr. Young's my father. Today we're going to be studying anatomy. Do you know what anatomy is, Jill?
Will you teach me what anatomy is, Mr. Young?
Absolutely. That's the study of the human body. Would you want to come up and I can demonstrate something in front of the class?
Oh, I wouldn't mind that, Mr. Young. You're looking real burly today.
All
you
right.
mind taking your shirt off and I can explore your anatomy?
Hold on, settle down. Sounds like you need a little private tutoring after class.
Oops, class is over, Mr. Young. It's just me all alone.
Ding, 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 the bell rings. Everybody clears out. I'd probably take my
Mr.
glasses
Young,
off.
I've heard you're somebody who likes to take charge.
I sure do, Jill.
I sure do,
And you've been misbehaving in my class. I don't know if we can have that anymore.
Are you going to punish me, Mr. Young?
I might just have to. Get over here. You scoundrel.
All right, good job, guys. That was nice. That was good. That was solid.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Whoa,
That's
I'm
hard.
sweaty.
That's hard.
Hey, good job.
Yeah, for everybody out there tuning in right now, hopefully you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe. Don't be afraid to subscribe.
Don't be afraid. You like content like that? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That's what you're gonna. That's what you're gonna
If
want.
you like what you just heard, and
Yeah.
you're on Spotify right now, just hit that follow button. There is more to come from that.
I love it. All right.
So I feel like the women too, they want you to like take control. That's where for me it would get awkward. I'd kind of be like the way Sherm was, where you keep throwing it back,
Yeah, I always try to make jokes, and then Taylor's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like,
throw it
"I
back,
don't
and then
know.
yeah.
Laughter is the way to your heart, right?" And then it just, you know. Anyway, onward.
Spicy Road to Talk.
Spicy Road. I hope they got everybody horned up.
Yeah.
15 minutes on average. All right, we feel good.
Yeah, fuck.
Let's get the hell out of here, huh? I think we all need a break.
Yeah, I feel about the way I do if we were to do like a little role play at the house. So I don't know what to tell
All
you.
right, this episode, Cam Ward, first overall pick by the Tennessee Titans in this past draft. A lot of exciting stuff. First interview I think he's done. First long form interview he has ever done. Had him, Tyler Lockett, the boy of the biscuit, Corey Levin on there. I think everybody who is a fan of football will enjoy listening to these three talk. Three very different personalities. All three play for the same team. Big hugs, tiny kisses. Let's enjoy this episode.
I love thinking that the Titans fans tuning in, that they just got to hear that before we get to
Yeah, hopefully they made it to the interview. This interview is brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light is always brewed with 4 simple ingredients for a clean, crisp taste. Bud Light is the official sponsor of the NFL Draft, Tight End U. The UFC, Shane Gillis' 2025 tour. Bud Light partners include Peyton Manning, Taylor Lewan, George Kittle, Will Compton, Baker Mayfield, Emmitt Smith, Shane Gillis, Post Malone, Dustin Poirier. Stock up on Bud Light now. Head to www.budlight.com/locator to find a store near you. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Let's get to this interview. Obviously, it's amazing to have you on the podcast. First overall pick, incredible. Talk to me about your relationship with Puff and how difficult it was for him to get you on this podcast.
It's real difficult for him. I try to get him here every day.
Yeah.
Somebody got to do it, on the team. I think the players don't do it enough. I mean, Puff, he's a cool guy. I mean, he's someone that I like being around. I'm glad he's doing our operation here. He tried to make me do much more than I really want to do.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to put my foot down on him. But, I mean, he's a good dude. I like Puff. I'm glad he's with us.
Yeah, no doubt. It's got to be tough. You come into this media market, everybody wants a piece of you. Really, at the end of the day, like you're quoted having endless quotes of just being like, I'm so focused on football.
Mm-hmm.
All I want to do is focus on football. So for you to sit and take the time, I do appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
What's the learning curve been like for you going from college to the NFL? Like, how do you feel like you've handled it personally? You have quotes out there, waking up at 4:30, getting to the facility early. Like, what has the process been like for you, retaining the offense and just finding your own ways to learn through it?
I think the biggest learning curve was, I would say, the time and the terminology of the NFL. And I just think it's different from college because there's more communication in certain plays, maybe sometimes over communicating in certain plays. But it all comes down to each word means something for everybody. In college, we can have one word and everybody know what to do. And so I think that's the biggest learning curve, just learning that, but also making it make sense in your mind. Getting reps at home on the VR that we have here. And then I would say the biggest thing was saying the play call for me. And I did it my last year in Miami, saying the play call, huddling up. But just how the play calls, how long, how wordy they can get, It's just very different than college.
Your study habits have to be good, like even on your own at home, because it's like you hear stories about you. You could be talking shit with the defender and coaches in your ear giving you the play call, and you're retaining the entire play call and going out and executing. I feel like that's very impressive for a young age in a first-year quarterback. So is there anything creatively that you're doing at home that you feel like people might not know ongoing? You have the VR stuff here. Anybody quizzing you? Like, what is your style of studying when you're by yourself?
I say every way my style, from watching it on tape because on tape it'll show you the play call as well. And then I say the biggest thing I have, just whoever I'm with, even Restrepo, like when he'd be up here with me, some of the other receivers, they would read the play to me, and I'll tell them only read it once. So I got to remember it the first time, because whether who's calling their practice, Coach Nick or Coach Callahan, they always read it twice. But I think just having to hear from somebody, whoever I'm around, and then saying it again, I think that was the biggest way how I learned to just spit out the play call fast and then just get rolling.
I heard an interesting story about you when you went to first got to Miami. I don't know who it was, but they talked about it was like the first 2 or 3 days you were there, and they were there to watch practice, see how spring ball was going, and you were essentially motherfucking the team on how we're not good enough, we got to be better, and it's like your second, third day in the building. Now I'm seeing photos of you standing up in front of the team of the Tennessee Titans. Talk to me about your leadership mentality, and then when you walk into an NFL program, seeing guys that are in year 10, year 8, 9, like guys who have families and kids, and you're a young cat who's coming as a first overall pick, putting yourself in a leadership category with this team.
I just think it's more about learning your teammates. As a quarterback, you always going to be the leader, no matter if you want the job or you don't want the job. It comes with the territory. So I just think young quarterbacks got to understand that, and I understood that, I would say, as soon as I got to college. And just being able to be in the locker room with vets, they also helped me on becoming a better leader. Knowing how to interpret my words to the guys. Then also just being around the older coaches in the building, Coach Bush and Coach Rocker. I think those two guys, they sat me down and they also helped me, be a better leader just every day. Just trying not to, I would say, over communicate, but get the things that we really need to get done. And that just all comes with work ethic, and I think just the grit that you want to have. Like in Miami, we were a very talented team last year, but when I first got there, we weren't there mentally. So I tried to get guys there mentally, because at the end of the day, I say at least 80% of the game is mental. Yeah, you got to have some physical, attributes to play the game, but you got to have a mental attribute as well. And just for here, I think just all about playing together. I think we got a great group of guys in the locker room. We're an unselfish group. And I think the vets that we have in Jeff, Quandre, Tony, Calvin, like, they've helped me just in this short amount of time, get to at least being able to play at a high level. I know I got a lot of work to do, and I'm glad I got those guys by me.
You mentioned like stepping into college and understanding the role that you're playing leadership-wise and being the quarterback. Who's been your biggest influence in leadership? Because it is uncomfortable, no matter how you spin it, the first time you're standing up and speaking to the team or stepping out of your comfort zone, to be like, I'm going to take on this responsibility. Who's been your biggest influence when it comes to leadership?
I wouldn't say I had an influence on being into leadership. I just always felt that I'm always say what's on my mind, no matter how it comes out at any given moment. I'm gonna say what I feel. If it touches you a certain type of way, then it touches me. I don't care. So,
but is that something you're observing from either your parents growing up? They created a space where you could have this confidence with yourself.
Yeah, I would say that. Especially growing up, my parents they real old school, so they believe in whoopings, they believe in taking stuff away. So you ain't gonna get over on them, especially as a kid. Over time, they got a little bit more lean with me since I'm the youngest of the family. So I got a lot of weight, with a lot of stuff in my house. So I just think just it's a part of your environment. I think my parents raised me well, and I think it shows in my leadership.
There's this new era of college football where NIL, everyone's got money, everyone's making something, chains, cars, the whole, like, it's really like a mini NFL at this point. You see a lot of guys allowing the distractions to overcome them. But you're a guy that consistently you see, whether it's in press conferences, that viral video of you and Shedeur sitting there, and Shedeur's like, hey, let's do a song. And you're like, I'm a football player. Like, all people that know I'm a football player. At what point were you like, were you not letting yourself be distracted by all the new shiny things? Obviously, you have one scholarship offer coming out of high school. Then you go to Washington State, and then you end up in a place like Miami. There's a lot of opportunity there with you making money to be distracted. But you just seem like a guy that consistently is like, the main thing is the main thing. That's all that matters is football.
I just think that's how I always carry myself. Like even now, even after signing the field, I still don't have no crazy stuff. Eventually I'm going to get me some crazy stuff because I worked for it. I want it eventually. But that's just never been my focus, at that time. Right now it's still not my focus. And I want to be known as a football player. At the end of the day, I just think, that's what, at least I was put on this earth for one thing to do is play football. I think I'm very good at it. And I just believe in just showing, my skill set and letting everything else take care of itself.
I was just going to say, why do you love football so much?
I think I love it more now because it wasn't my first love. So every day I'm constantly learning something different, whether it's about myself, whether it's about what I need to get better at, or just in offense particular. I was a big-time basketball player growing up. That's really all I wanted to do. And then, just over time, football just became just better to me. The atmosphere around it, the crowd around it, the enthusiasm everybody plays with. And I just think there's nothing in this world like football. No other sport can relate to it. And I really didn't start taking football serious until my senior year of high school. And I just think just after that, there wasn't a lot of kids, who could throw a football like me. And, I just took off and ran with it. Look where I'm at now.
Did you start picking up football because you're like, all right, basketball might not be working out for me at the next level?
Yeah, it was sort of like that. I wasn't really getting no offers or wasn't hearing from no big time schools, in basketball. I played football my whole life. My dad was a quarterback. He taught me how to throw the football. But I was just so in love with basketball that I wanted to push it away. But then, just over time, I just had to get back to it because I knew it was my opportunity to, showcase my skills.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is. After you get one offer, you end up going there for a year. Take me through the transfer portal, because Will and I were old. Like, there was no NIL. If you transferred, you'd have to sit out for a year back when we played college. But what is that process like when you have to look at the team you're playing with and be like, I'm out of here. I'm going to find a better opportunity for me in my future.
Transfer portal, wild. It was wild the first time I got in, and the second time it got even worse. And it's just going to continue to get worse and worse in regards of why the person is transferring. I was transferring for a better opportunity. I played FCS for 2 seasons. I balled out both seasons. I just think it was ready for me to take the next step. I wanted to go to a Power 5. I couldn't do that at high school, so when I got my opportunity, I would go. And then when I left Washington State, I did 2 years there. I really was just wanted to find a new place. I was going to leave at the end of the season no matter what, whether it's going to go to the draft or hit the portal. I already had my mind made up. And just going to Miami, I think just made everything come to light. But I really think it depends on why the kid is transferring. And majority of the kids who are transferring, whether they get in the portal late or early, is because they're trying to get on the field. Because at the end of the day, the goal is to try to get to the NFL, no matter how hard it is, no matter how you can get it. That's the goal. And half the kids, I would say 3/4 of the kids are transferring because they need to see the field. That's the only way you can get to the NFL. And I think the NIL made it better, especially in not only quarterbacks, but everybody, because now, we can actually get paid for a job. College football is a job. You have a way different schedule than a basketball player, or, if it's a soccer player or in college or just a regular student college. The job is actually different from early mornings to late nights. The fall camp is where the job really kicks into the season. So, I'm glad, I was able to get, what I deserve in college. I'm glad the young guys are going to continue to get what they deserve.
You talked about every kid wants to go to the NFL, wants to go to the draft. In 2024, you declared for the NFL draft, ended up going to Miami. What was that process like where you're like, you know what, I am going to take one more year and maybe get my draft stock a little higher or whatever it is. Because you said if the goal is the NFL draft and you send in that paper and they're like, oh, you could be whatever first, second, third round pick. It's like they're basically saying you can achieve your goal right now. What was the reason to go to Miami?
I think the reason to go to Miami is I love college football so much. I didn't think I was ready, but also what they were telling me, I just thought it was BS. I got a chance to compete with some of the other guys, at camps in the draft class before, and I've just always thought I was better than those guys. And so going to Miami was easy for me. I knew in that situation I wanted to go somewhere where I wasn't part of a rebuild. They returned the whole receiving core, the whole offensive line. They returned majority of the defense. And so really it was just plug and play for us the whole time I was there. Coach Dawson, my OC there, he's a spread guy. He got to coach NFL guys and Geno Smith and Clayton too. And so he has some experience with, NFL quarterbacks. And so I just think the biggest thing for me going there was just being myself. And then to me, it was also another opportunity to lead. Coach Cristobal, he gave me the keys to the kingdom there. He let me, run the team how I thought it should be ran. But, we were able to get a couple wins out that season.
Taking a quick break from the episode because we are also brought to you by True Classic. The boys at True Classic just sent the boys a lot of these good Prima shirts where they got a little curve in the shirt to make you look good and feel good. Find True Classic at Amazon and Costco, Sam's Club, and Target nationwide or online at trueclassic.com/bussin. These shirts, boys, I am telling you, got a little length so that way it doesn't get a little too high on the waistline, but on the sides, it's got a little curve up.
Nice
Fits you
curve.
very nicely, highlights your physique. Look good, feel good, play good with True Classic. That's trueclassic.com/bussin. Back to the episode.
Enjoy that Pima t-shirt.
You mentioned the NIL portal being wild. Is there a story you look back on as the wildest story in your NIL portal days?
For me or just
For
in
you,
the portal?
or maybe something you witnessed.
Something I witnessed. I did see something. I was a part of it actually when I was going to Miami, and they wanted Jeremiah Smith. And at the time, I didn't know who he was because he was young, and I'm trying to get me a place to play. And so they told me to just look him up, watch him a little bit, and that boy's a baller.
Yeah.
And so they gave me his phone number. I called him, and I had told him like I'm going to Miami. It was before like it had went out because I told him this maybe a week earlier before I told him. So I been knew where I was gonna go, but I'm always gonna do everything on my time. And so I called him. We chopped it up. He had to go to Ohio State. I was kind of salty, but I'm glad he went to Ohio State.
So you guys are about to be a package deal?
Like
in your head, you're like, all right, I'm gonna call Jeremiah Smith, and I'm gonna let him know that I'm going to Miami. In thinking that we're going to be aligned,
Yep.
and both going together.
Yeah,
and so when you're telling him, you're thinking, all right, he's probably gonna follow suit based on our relationship. So then when he chose Ohio State, you kind of felt.
Nah, I wouldn't say that because I already knew the offers he had, but I tried to get him there for me, so I can have me a good pass catcher. But they already had good receivers there, so he's one of the best players coming out of high school. I think he made a great decision going to Ohio State, just because productively what they done in the receiving room there, he's gonna have a chance, another year or two to be one of the best, receivers to come out of there.
Yeah, Hardline too. I mean, he was a wide receiver. I think he's the OC now.
Yeah, he got
Ohio State,
elevated.
but they just produce wide receivers all the time. Do you think you were close getting them? Was there, you got off that phone call and was there a PC that's like,
we're about to
I
shock
think we
the world?
got him.
Yeah.
I think if I would have committed earlier, I might have had a better chance to get him, but I just waited so long. I literally waited till the last day. It's just he got dreams too. He got to make his decision.
He got
so
money too.
I think if I would have waited a little or did it a little bit sooner, I think I'd have had a better chance.
Cam's reflecting on his recruiting tactics. He's like, I
could
should
have handled
have.
this better.
I should have stopped dragging my feet.
Yeah, if I would have just committed a little bit sooner, I could have had him. You talked about going to these camps and seeing these other quarterbacks and being like, I'm better than these cats. So before your final year at Miami, there's a lot of conversation revolved around Shedeur Sanders. He's the first overall pick. Obviously, I'm assuming you guys have a great relationship. Some of the clips you've seen and stuff like that. What is it like for you to have like this rivalry with Shedeur and have it play out the way it has?
I don't have a rivalry with him. That's my boy. So, at the end of the day, this whole process, we thought me and him were going to be 1 and 2 the whole time. Whether he's 1, I'm 2. Whether I'm 1, he's 2. And so that's just always been, our mindset. It didn't go that way. But I mean, just coming out of college, even to the draft, I thought he was one of the better quarterbacks in the draft as well, even throughout college. He's been productive where he's been every time. We both started FCS. He was at, Jackson State. I was at Incarnate Word. And that's where really we met for the first time with our quarterback coach when we first got to college. And then he's always been, just a great person to be around. A lot of stuff out there on him ain't really, the truth. Just because they spin it different ways, like they spin stuff about me different ways. But I mean, I've always thought he was a productive quarterback. I mean, a lot of people may have their own opinion. I have mine as well. But I mean, when he gets his chance, to become a starter, I know he's gonna make the most of it. And I'm ready to get back to work with him. After the season, talk some more stuff to him. Say some crazy stuff. I mean, we just gonna keep on pushing each other.
You talk about the media spinning things different ways. Your leaving halftime was getting spun a lot of different ways in the bowl game in Miami. Was it always the plan? You go out there. Was it were you going after the record, and then once you get the record, you were going to shut it down? Was it just play one half of football? Was it try and get Miami out to the fastest start as possible, and you were going to be done? Because obviously you have the net. You have this career to think about next. Mm-hmm. But what was the game plan going into that bowl game?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because it got spun everywhere, bro.
There was a lot of different opinions about that.
And I didn't even know how that stuff was going on until I said maybe 2 hours after the game. Once I think my cousin had sent me a text message or some, because I really don't be checking my phone like that. And that's just always been, a part of playing. After we lost to Syracuse,
which by the way, crazy loss
move.
to Syracuse.
Yeah, that was pain.
Up 21?
Yeah, pain.
So sorry to open
that's
that.
A full different conversation. Yeah.
But after that, me, Coach Dawson, and Chris Ball, we all had a conversation. They knew what I had, in store in the future, and they also want to, lead the program the right way. And I respected it for it. And that's always been the plan for me to play, a half. I actually played, more than me and the OC had talked about. And so I want to get out of there when it was my time, at least up in the game. We were up by, I think, 3 points. And then at the end of the time, they were trying to find out who their quarterback was going to be for next year. They ended up playing one of the young guys. And so I think that let them know that, they want to go try to get a quarterback. They got a good one in Carson Beck. But I also think, the guy who did play, Emory, he's a good quarterback. And after this year, if it's Emory time, I think he'll have a good year once it's his turn.
What is it like Will brought up the Syracuse up by 21. When you're walking to a game in Miami and you're like, essentially I have to put up 40 for us to win, and things are not going your way sometimes. What is that conversation like from you to the defense or to the team when it's like we're essentially wasting this offensive juggernaut that we have going on here? Because your offense was crazy.
Yeah. I think the end of the year we played team ball really majority all the time. Like I can say the Virginia Tech game, I had 2 books and the defense, they kept us in the game. The Georgia Tech game, we didn't have our best game offensively, and the defense did enough to keep us in the game, getting every 2-minute drive, and we didn't come through. In the Syracuse game, we didn't lift up the defense enough to be able to win that game and finish it out. So I just think at key times, we didn't lock in, and that ended up resulting in us not making the playoff. But I mean, we had a good run. We had, I think, it was like 5 or 6 or 7, maybe 7 of us that got drafted. So that's a good draft class for Coach Cristobal. All of us are in good places that we want to be in. But I mean, one of those, we have a game like that when you up that much, and then you just end up losing like that. That's something that you don't want to go through as a competitor. But the end of the day, you got to lose to win. That's how I think of it. And the guys who got drafted, we all in good situations. And I believe that Miami going to be able to get some more draft picks in this next draft class.
When did you know that the Tennessee Titans was going to be your new home?
I knew.
Like, when did you know? When did you be like, I'm pretty sure this is going to happen? And then when were you like, all right, I know for sure now this is happening?
I think, honestly, pro day. I think pro day.
We hear you, Puff.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Like we see you back
You
there.
see, he's enjoying.
Yeah. What's wrong
Does he
with
have a
you,
meeting?
Puff? This shit don't even work. This ain't my damn watch. I don't know what I'm looking at. Look at you.
What you talking about?
Puff.
I had to check my what?
Tim, you're free to go whenever you'd like.
Bet. I say.
The last question.
Let me think.
We're in the middle of a Titans question. You back there?
You want us to promote the Titans?
You need to put the camera on Puff.
Yeah.
I would say I knew, at least in my mind, pro day, after pro day, because that was their first time to get to see me throw in person. And then, because all the draft picks, you got an idea where you're going. You see just stuff they put on TV out there in the media, but you don't know until your name get called. And so even like when we was at the draft, they was on the clock, they waiting like 2-3 minutes. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And so they ended up calling me, telling me that they're gonna take me. But I mean, that's an unbelievable experience. I mean, it's something that you dream of every single day of your life. For me, I want to be a professional basketball player, but I knew, the chips wouldn't fall my way, but they fell my way in football. And so when you get a chance to be a pro at something, you don't take it for granted. But I mean, that was an unbelievable moment, not only for myself, but all the other draftees, no matter whether you was first or seventh round. We all gonna remember that. I'm glad I'm here, and not nowhere else.
What individual defensive player are you most excited to line up across from? In a way to where it might be, oh fuck, that's Myles Garrett about to try and get my ass.
I would say
like, oh shit, that's Pat
Oh,
Surtain
shit,
out
here
there.
it comes.
Calvin, I can't wait to watch you work today.
individual. Well, I would say more D lineman, because I'm not really going against a DB every play. I'm going against a D lineman every play, whether they're trying to sack me, pressure me, whatever. So D lineman, I would easily have to say Max Crosby and Chris Jones. Those two. Those two are the best football players in the world, probably some of the greatest of all time. So I'm trying to be up there, eventually when my time is done in the NFL. And, if you want to be up there with them guys, you got to be able to compete with those guys. And you got to be able to, say some crazy stuff to them. You got to be able to get them to play your game.
You have some crazy stuff you say with Jeff Simmons at practice. There's always some, a fight broke out, Cam Ward, Jeff Simmons. You having fun with the D-line of the Tennessee Titans?
I always have fun with those guys. Jeff, I think the sleeper is Arden Key. That's my guy right there. Even James Lynch, I be messing with him. Bash, we all be having a blast out there. But I mean, I'm ready. So they think everything is sack in practice. I'm telling them it's not a sack. So if they ever get a chance to play me the game, they gonna find out.
Yeah.
Bud Light question. So anyone would do anything for an ice cold Bud Light. Mm-hmm. What is something that Cam Ward would do anything for? Can't say family.
Would I do anything for?
Yeah.
I would do anything, I'd probably say, for football.
Just in general.
Just in general. This without football, I honestly don't know where I'd be. Without sports. That's why, I think sports is one of the greatest things, because it teaches you so much, whether you win or you lose, whether it's an individual or a team sport, but especially for football. I mean, it's crazy how, just a little weight, a little pigskin can change a person's life forever. No matter what sport you play, a sport can actually change your life, your family's life. But I think it teaches you more outside of just getting things that you want as well.
Cam Ward, hey, thank you, man. It's been cool to watch from afar. I can tell that your parents did a good job. You speak on them. I love how you bring up examples of your dad, and you can see quotes from your dad. You can tell your parents are proud, and it fires me up. And thank you for your time, bro.
So appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you. All the things he said. All the things Will said. Yes. Hold on. Do you want to ask a question, Jack?
Oh,
Jack and Garrett have been Titans fans their entire life.
I do want to know who.
Hold on, do you want to?
Jack, get the microphone.
Who in camp and in a preseason, who has shocked you the most on the new wide receiver core?
It's not even a shock because I see it every day. I say Gunner. He went and snagged that big.
He snagged that one.
Yeah.
All right, we interrupt this episode to bring you Form Energy. Form Energy delivers best-in-class taste with natural flavors and zero sugar. Form Energy has natural caffeine derived from green tea. Form comes in a variety of flavors. Talking about Scream and Freedom, that's Bottle Rock, Bottle Pop Inspired, Grape Smash, Blue Blitz, Orange Fury. Perfect for those who put in the work. You wake up early in the morning, you get after it in the gym, your kids are up all night, you have a newborn baby, whatever it is. You need that extra boost of caffeine. Form Energy is going to give it to you. Form Energy, we do the work. Let's get back to the episode. I'll learn about. I'm gonna learn about you on the fly, man. What year is this for you? 11?
Yeah.
Buddy, that's incredible.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, how does it feel to be playing 11 years in the NFL? Did you ever think that as a kid?
No, I mean, I just wanted to play 8. So I mean, right now I'm just in overtime. It's pretty much. So
Yeah. We're just bonus. We're in bonus hours right now. Go out
Yeah.
drinking the next night. You'll wake up in the morning. You're like, I still feel pretty good.
yeah, it's different. You know, obviously, like your body changes and you got to be able to adapt. All that different type of stuff. But for the most part, it's cool because I get to experience a different city, different coaches, different teammates, rather than just being at the same place for so long.
Why did you just like? Where did 8 come from?
I just thought it was a good number. My dad played for 7, and then my uncle played for 3. And so when people was just like, well, how long would you want to play? I was just like, I mean, 8 sounds
Beat
pretty
your old
good.
man.
Yeah. 8 sounds pretty
Now
cool.
you got them both combined.
Yeah.
Well, he beat me when it came to getting drafted. He got drafted in the 2nd round, and then I went in the 3rd. But for the most part, though, I mean, I think it's been pretty cool. I think after 8, like the more that I played each year, I was like, man, I want to play again. And I still got so much that I could be able to get better at. And then even last year when I looked at the film and I was watching myself throughout the season, I thought that I was still doing a lot of the same things that I was doing with getting open. It was just hard for the ball to find me with as many great players that we had. And so that's why I was like, well, I'm cool with going into year 11.
Yeah. What were some of the best tidbits of advice from your dad and uncle?
I mean, they gave me a lot of advice. It just depends on the situation. Obviously, like one of the things that I would talk to my dad about is just special teams. Like he was like, that's really the biggest part about being able to play early, because a lot of times if you're not 1st round or 2nd round, you got to be able to earn your way to be able to play. And so when they drafted me up in Seattle, I was already going to be a starter at punt return and kickoff return. It was more just my job to lose. And so the more that I was able to play and I showcased what I could do, if they dressed 4 or they dressed 5, I was also one of those people that were dressed. And at that point, it gave me the best shot to compete, to try to be within those first 3 receivers. So I think that was one of the biggest things my dad would always talk about. And then another thing he said was just, don't worry about adjusting to them. Let them adjust to you within the coaches, because a lot of times they draft you because they loved what they saw when they watched you in college. And a lot of times when we get to the league, we start trying to change our game to how we think they want us to play. And he was like, just go out there and just do the same things that you were doing, and they'll, you know, kind of like work around you. And so that was really one of the biggest things.
What is the biggest difference culturally that you've seen between like the Titans and Seattle?
I mean, I think it just depends on the head coach, because everybody's different, right? Like with Pete, it was come as you are. Like, I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do, as long as it doesn't become a detriment to the team. There was a lot of like, you had to be self-aware and you had to be self-motivated, because we did things that was like in a competitive level, like shooting hoops and doing all these things, and people could have so much fun, but if you weren't doing the work, you weren't going to be on the team. And so he found ways to have fun, but also to compete. And the people who couldn't do both of those were the ones that wouldn't make it, because they just fell in love with the fun and they didn't fall in love with the competing aspect. And then, you know, when Mike came, Mike's more of like a military style coach. So kind of similar to when I was with Coach Snyder in college. And so like a lot of his stuff and how he goes about it is a lot different. And it's a lot more like time consuming and a lot more work oriented. And then coming out here with Callie, it's like, I think it's kind of the best of both worlds because he's come from a lot of different places where, you know, he's been within the Peyton Manning systems. He's been within Cincy. And so kind of like understanding the new age of how to be able to tailor things to get the most out of your players. That's kind of like what Callie's starting to do here.
It sounds like you have a phenomenal head on your shoulders and somebody who is, you brought up the key word being self-aware, like in the league. I have a couple different questions, but when it comes to like, you know, your dad and uncle, I'm sure you got a lot of different types of game, but you're known for like when you catch the ball, if you get close to a hit, you'll go to the ground.
Yeah.
Like to me, I'm seeing
Genius,
that.
by the way.
I'm seeing that as like
dang.
you understand that your best ability is availability. Is probably a reason why you've lasted so long in the game. You're also somebody off the football field who optimized himself through poetry. You also have a real estate portfolio in Tulsa. So it seems like you've picked up a lot of things around the game to how can I allow the game to work for me on the field and stay available at all times and allow the game to work for me off the field at all times. Was this something that you were aware and trying to jump into and be intentional about like right out of the gate when you came into the NFL?
I mean, well, I think football has always been a stepping stone of like what you should be wanting to do whenever you're done. I think a lot of times what we do is we put ourselves in a difficult spot because as soon as we're done playing, then we want to start the next thing. And it's a lot more difficult because the fan bases start to leave because they start tailoring and going to different players. Then all of a sudden, maybe certain organizations may not help those players out as much because they were like, you never took advantage of the opportunities in the stuff that they had that was there with the marketing, the branding, and all that different type of stuff. And I think for me, the more that I've just played, obviously, one of the coaches that I had in college, his name was Andre Coleman. He would talk about how, like, man, look at Isaac Bruce and was it Torrey Hunter?
Torrey Holt.
Torrey Holt. I can't think of it right now. He was like, look at Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce. Like they catch the ball, they fall, and you know they get what they can get, and they live to play another play. And you know, even in college, I was still catching the ball, running. I wasn't falling as much unless it was like 3 or 4 people. But it's not until you experience like some of those gruesome injuries that make you start to reflect and do some of those things. So like in college, even my freshman year, I ended up having like a lacerated kidney. And, you know, I think I still scored, but it was just the fact that I was out like the last 2 games or whatnot, just because I had a lacerated kidney. And then all of a sudden, when I got to the league, even though it was one of those freak incidents, I had caught a ball against the Cardinals and then he landed on my leg. And then I had a tib-fib compound fracture. And then all of a sudden, you know, you learn over time that a lot of people don't come back from that. And so now that I was able to come back from that, you start to realize that the biggest availability is durability, and, you know, and vice versa. Durability is the best availability. So the more that you're out there, the harder it is to be able to try to replace you because they haven't been able to see certain people take as many reps to be able to have a chance to get in front of you. But as soon as there's something wrong with the injury, or even if it's minor or gruesome, it gives them a chance to be able to look at everybody else. And so I think for me, I just wanted to try to be out there the most that I can. And sometimes you sacrifice 1, 2, 3 yards. But if it's a 3rd down or a 4th down, you know you got to take those hits to be able to get it. So you still got to be smart in the aspect of when to fall and when not to. But it's also based off of the quarterback, right? Like how fast can they get the ball in your hands? The faster they get the ball in your hands, the more you could be able to make the move. There's sometimes when it's 3rd and 4, you just need to secure the catch. So you might body catch it just to make sure you secure the catch, just to move the sticks. Because sometimes it's when we want to get more that things start to get taken away, like the ball.
When you talk about quarterbacks getting the ball out, putting in certain places, what have you seen from a guy like Cam Ward this early in his career?
I think he does a great job in being able to lead the receivers. He definitely knows how to throw receivers open. And the more and more that we talk and communicate and connect, we kind of get a feel of what I like, what he likes, and what's going to be the middle ground to be able to get the best out of both worlds. But, you know, everybody knows now he definitely comes in early, but I mean, he lives, sleep, breathes football. And I think as a rookie, like, the biggest thing that could be able to help your growth is just the mentality of understanding defenses and understanding how the league works, because it is a copycat league. And so the more that you can understand how defenses play in the NFL and how the offenses work within who's your first read, your second read, your third read, because even though they may be similar plays like college, in certain systems, there's different reads depending on who the coach says you should look at first. But then in the league, it's a whole different read based off of that same play. So the more he's able to understand the logic of how the NFL works, which he's been doing a great job of, I think that's just going to speed up the process of him being more than ready.
What is your off the field between poetry and real estate? What fulfills you the most? What do you look at and you're like, oh, this is I'm proud of this work that I've done?
You know, I never really paid attention to much of the work, but I mean, if I'm not doing poetry or if I'm not doing some type of real estate, I mean, I'm just watching TV. Like, I grew up, and the way me and my mom were, we always just watched TV. We would watch shows, we would watch movies. And so, like, that's literally what I do. Like, my wife gets mad because it's like she can't do it all the time. But, like, I could literally sit at the house from sun up to sundown and just watch TV, because I love watching shows. I wanted to be like, it's like growing up, I wanted to be like a detective, like a cop, not a cop, but like a lawyer. And so I would watch shows and movies and try to figure out the whole point of what this writer was thinking of before they would do it. And it would get to the point where like I already knew what would happen and I wouldn't even pay attention. And so like, but I love doing it because it's almost like in football, you're scouting. You're trying to figure out what the coordinators are going to do and how defenses play, and you try to figure out how the story's going to end before you even start it.
What kind of shows are we watching right now that we just love? This guy, first off, Will, every time a new week starts, it's like, have you seen this show? Have you seen that show? And I'm always just 3 years behind everybody else.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right now I hadn't really been I had watched Love Island with my wife, so she wanted to
Gotta
watch.
appease her.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'll watch that a little bit. But I already had started this show a while ago, but one of my homeboys is watching Blind Spot, so I was like, all right, I'll watch Blind Spot a little bit. But I mean, just some of the shows that I loved watching, like at one point, like Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder.
Good one.
Money Heist, definitely that was in my type. That was in my top 3 for sure.
Especially during COVID.
Yeah,
when that was popping off.
Some of the sleepers that a lot of us probably wouldn't watch is like the originals, Vampire Diaries, like Legacy, like all of that is fire. I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty good. Where do I want to go with this? Prison Break. Feel like that's an all-time favorite. Yeah. Lost. I mean, I could go on for days.
Dexter.
Yeah, you're crazy if you're watching Dexter.
Did you watch it? Is that not good?
It's a good show. They just came up with another one.
Yeah, I saw one episode of Dexter. I thought the acting was horrendous.
Of Dexter, I haven't seen the new one. Dexter was my first Netflix show that I consumed. Then it was Prison Break. But that's kind of how I got into the streaming services. How about Severance?
Have
you watched that yet?
No, I don't think I watched Severance yet. It's a lot of shows that I've watched and I'm like, I can't think of right now because I can't think of the one that's on Hulu. But it's a lot of different shows. Nah, it's the one when it's like Paradise. I had watched Paradise. It's like something's about to happen in their world, so they go down like underground, and it's a whole world there that they're living in.
Is that good? Is that one good, G?
I mean,
that's a good one.
It's actually pretty sweet. It made season 2.
How many teammates hit you up like, hey, Tyler, help me buy a house, man? Let me get in on what you got.
Oh, probably a couple.
Do you work with any current teammates or former teammates?
Yeah, in a sense. Like, I was able to help about. Some probably don't want their names named. So I probably helped 1, 2, 3, 4. I might have helped like 5 or 6 players, maybe 7 or 8 buy a house.
Oh, nice.
And so I helped one of them. I helped 2 of them sell a house. Like, so it just depends. Because even if I'm not able to help them, I can go refer them to somebody and we can still get it done. But as far as me like working for them and helping them buy it or sell it, definitely probably about 6 to 8. Guys. Yeah.
Who was the guy that came on the podcast and had that incident with Percy Harvin?
Oh, Golden Tate.
Golden Tate. Were you in the locker room with Golden
Oh
Tate?
no,
first
I
round?
was still at K-State.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
okay,
so
that was
when
long
I
ago.
ended up getting drafted, Golden Tate had just signed to go to Detroit.
Got you.
K-State, I got y'all taking the Big 12 this year.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We'll see what they look like versus Iowa State on
Right.
Saturday in
Yeah.
Ireland.
Feel good?
Yeah, we're 1 minute away. And listen, I want to respect.
We
I
gotta
wanna
respect Puff.
the mandatory breakfast.
Mandatory breakfast.
Right, with no
we-
phones.
We appreciate you taking the time. I know
Appreciate
camp
it.
is hell. And so for you to come and sit here with us, hang out for a little bit, and get out of your routine, it means a lot. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate y'all, man.
All right. Let's get a photo of you guys. Hey. We interrupt this episode to bring you Dude Wipes. Are you fumbling the ball when it comes to getting a confident, clean back in your end zone? Make the right play, call an audible, and switch from dry toilet paper to wet, extra large Dude Wipes. Why? It's simple. Wetter just cleans better, and Dude Wipes are wet and extra large, so they clear, never smear your rear. So when you got to go number 2, be sure to bring the number 1 product in clean, Dude Wipes. The GOAT of cleaning your keister, available on Amazon and at Walmart nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down. Back to the episode.
You know how that feels, right?
First time you... Come on
You know how
now.
that feels.
All right.
You were born feeling that.
No,
You know what I
dude,
mean?
no.
Come on.
He was
No.
born with the pads off.
No.
First rounder.
Yeah,
Dude,
first
my rookie
rounder.
year, I played every preseason game, the full game.
It was different back then. It was a little old school for sure.
Yeah, but, hey, I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
I know
Your
what
life
it's
was
like.
guaranteed, though, as a first rounder.
Yeah, yeah.
His life was set up. It
Dude,
was-
how's it been? How's camp? You making friends?
Yeah, dude. It's the group is getting a lot more tight knit. Camp's been great. Just been grinding, like you know how I always have, and getting opportunities with obviously Lloyd being down. He's coming back, so whatever way I can help out, that's how I've been doing, man.
Seemed like in that Bucks game you were holding your own around there. Seemed like you were tossing some kids over the yard, actually.
I mean, we held up pretty good for Cam. He was able to have time to sling it, so it felt good to stack a couple weeks and go against some good competition in practice.
Damn it.
What year is this for you?
This is year 9, year training camp 9.
Let's go,
Yeah.
bro. Isn't it fucking crazy that you're in this building?
It is. It's
After, when did you come here? 2018?
2017.
2017?
Was drafted under Malarkey. That was, what year was that for you?
Third, going to my third. Fourth, going to my fourth.
Like Derrick Henry's second year. Like I was here with, I tell people all the time, like the first quarterback I snapped to is Matt Castle. And then they're like, "Oh, dude, you're pretty old." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm getting up there. Like I
Yeah.
just turned
Nine's
31."
crazy.
If you're in that locker room in 2000, if you're, what?
Did you just fart?
No, that was like,
You
Hey.
cleaned and everything. I'm like, yo.
hang on, let me see that. Nah,
No, nothing.
nah. It could be a coffee
It's too
one.
early.
You don't want to.
Yeah.
You don't want
Could
to
be a
risk the
little
coffee
risky.
one.
Yeah.
Did it happen again? So back in 2018, it's like you look around the locker room. It's like which dude in this locker room is going to be here in 2025? Like who's got Corey Levin on the bingo card?
No one.
There's nobody else. There's nobody else.
Kind of
I mean,
the longest
there's-
tenured Titan. You just took a quick little break. What was that, 2 years?
Yeah, 2020, 2019 and 2020.
Corey's the one of those cats that like left and came back, and he's like, this offensive line room is 10 out of 10 compared to everywhere else out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's always
Elaborate
been
on that.
spe-
Why
like,
is that?
I don't know. It's the standard that was kind of set, and just kind of the camaraderie that was kind of built. I don't know. Probably when you first showed up, and there was
No,
probably
there-
a good room going before you.
There was a
That's a good locker room guy right there.
No,
Giving
Corey-
credit to just a past
yeah.
generation cat.
Corey-
I
was one
mean,
of
you
those
try
cats
to
that-
uphold how it's been year after year, and obviously new guys, new personalities come in. But it seems like around here they've always gotten linemen that generally enjoy being around each other. So
You
that's
know
a
what?
big part.
You know what Corey's got? He's got he's able to hit the cats out like from urban areas, all like every different part of the world.
He's a gatekeeper.
He's a gatekeeper.
He's a gatekeeper.
He's their new Ben Jones. Because our locker room was real shaky until Ben got there year 3.
Glue guy.
Glue
Definitely.
guy.
Glue guy.
Definitely.
Glue guy. You feeling confident about the season? About everything like that?
I feel good. I mean,
At
We
this
did-
point you gotta be like 53's locked.
I've definitely.
Hang on, let's knock on wood.
I mean, yeah, always knock on wood for sure. Anything can happen, but I mean, I feel like I'm in a good spot as far as my role on this team. I And I just I just want to keep growing on it, see what happens with it. I have a lot of tread on the tires still, so
Yeah.
just want to play.
You're obviously here going into year 9. Remind the listeners out there that what was it, that 1 or 2 year period to where, what was it, the Bears?
Right. So what was that? I got released here in 2019, went over to Denver, was put down on P Squad after like 2 weeks, and then got off their P Squad. Chicago picked me up with like 4 games left in 2019. And then COVID hits. We don't do OTAs, nothing. We just show up for camp. They released me. I was like, hey, I'm going to go to the Patriots, be on their practice squad. I was like, that's going to look good on my resume. You know, someone's going to want to get me from there. Ended up hating football, wanted to go home, went home.
Why'd you hate football so much after New England?
I mean, it was just like, I don't know. I had already gotten released and bounced around a couple times in that past year. Like, my son was back home. He was maybe 7 months old at the time, my first son. I don't know. I just started to kind of see the different side of the league, and I was like, man, I don't have to do this anymore. But so I decided to go home. And then that was the year that Derek went for 2K. And I was just in here in Nashville just watching them and being around the buzz, and I was like, I still miss it. So then I started training again probably like after the new year, and then signed with the Jets in April. But I had already gotten down to like, when I stopped playing, I was maybe like 255, 260 within like 3 months. Yeah. And then I got back up to like 285 when I signed with the Jets.
Was there a defining moment when you're bouncing back and forth of the idea of playing, or you're maybe not giving your all in football, where you're like, I'm going to prove the haters wrong? Like maybe you were late night playing a risk game, somebody comes at you and you're like, I got to show these cats. I got to re-energize my career.
Basically, Taylor tried to call me soft, or say that I look soft.
You say muffin top?
Muffin top,
I said,
something like
yeah,
that.
you were, yeah, go ahead.
It was something along those lines, but it kind of sparked something in me to be like, you know what? Fuck this guy. I'm not a muffin top.
You're
whatever.
Not a muffin top. You're a biscuit.
That was kind of mean when you landed that.
Yeah, no doubt. But obviously it was needed at the time. I mean, yeah, at the time. Right?
I mean, it sparked something. It definitely
the next day,
got me
it was
going.
6 a.m. We played Risk until like 2 a.m, and at 6 a.m. you did the group chat with cleats on at the field.
I mean, I don't know. It was kind of, it helped me. It helped motivate me a little bit. I was already kind of getting started back, and then I was just like, you know what? Just add a little bit of fuel. It was great.
A little something.
Yeah, just a little something.
You're welcome, man.
Yeah.
What else? What's your favorite snack during film?
My favorite snack during film? I don't really snack much, but if it's afternoon, I got to have a coffee so that I have energy for my kids when I get home.
How is that balancing the football life and dad life?
It's kind of, I got to get back into it because we were just on the road for like 10 days. So I was able to, practice, do whatever, and then just bullshit after, and whatever. But now when I go home, the boys are ready to see me for like, we get home at a decent time. So I have a good few hours they're just wrestling and doing whatever the hell they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but your football, you go home, you got to be dad. They put them down. You probably got to go back to football mode to prepare for the next day.
Yeah,
it's a different life than when you
take a look
you didn't
at
have
the
a kid
script
up.
and whatnot when you put the kids down, and then you check it out if there's anything weird. But typically, by this point in camp, nothing. We've installed everything, so it's not too crazy. But obviously, we're playing Minnesota here Friday, so you take a look at the rushers and stuff like that, and then by that time, it's freaking 10 o'clock. It's ready. Time to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wake up early.
Yeah.
Do you have any like superstitions, locker room, things you have to do before a game?
I mean, nothing major besides like putting the pants in the same way all the time. I always take like an ice bath before a game. Nothing crazy like that.
Just to have a couple of boxes to check.
They took away our smelling salts, so we got to provide our own. You know how they used to have the bottle.
What's up with that?
I don't know. The club can't provide them for you. I think they said it masks concussion symptoms. So They don't want those anymore.
But they're like, hey, you can go buy your own and put it in your locker.
Yeah.
So do you have your own?
Josh Wiley provided some last week.
You
Good
just gotta
bats
make
for the
sure you have
boys.
those on hand at all times.
They're just not as strong as the old ones. You know what I mean?
You got to find them.
But
You
you
got to
can,
go
you
out
can
there.
buy ones in a jar now where you kind of.
That's what he had. They were just loose in the jar, and it just kind of.
Yeah, but I feel like
It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same as just cracking it on the sideline.
Especially like you
Putting
see
it
that
up your
kickoff
nostril.
happening.
You
and
know that before
Yeah.
kickoff, man. That's like special.
Yeah.
That's a special moment.
you even
It's
when
a
you're
holy
walking
moment.
out,
Yeah,
It's like accepting the body of Christ before you go out there.
literally. You just
dude, the smelling salt is an all-time move.
All right, let's go.
Who's number one bro on the team?
number one bro on the team.
Who's a guy that's like everybody would love this cat?
Everybody would love this. There's lots of guys on that team that are bro. I think everyone enjoys Mason Kinsey. He's one of those guys that.
He's another guy that you just can't kill.
Yeah, I think everyone enjoys him. I would like to say myself. I think everyone enjoys my company.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, we're
If we're
just
being
a few
honest.
boys sitting on the back of the tailgate, just catching up. What are you seeing out of Cam Ward as a rookie? Like, what do you notice trait wise that you're like super impressed
And
with?
pretend like cameras aren't on.
Just the bounce back. Like if he has a bad throw or a bad period, the next one he's trying to bounce back with the same confidence that he went into the first period with. And he's confident to make any throw he wants to. I'd say the confidence in the next play mentality.
How's it? What have you seen from him, like leadership wise, being that young, coming into a locker room full of dads?
I think we're all. The main thing is we're all bought in for the main goal, and I think obviously anyone's going to listen to the quarterback of the offense, and being the first overall pick, like staff did their due diligence to make sure this guy had all the qualities he needed to be the first overall pick. So there's merit in that. We're going to listen to him when he speaks. He brought us up after the first Atlanta practice and kind of told us like, hey, that wasn't our standard, whatnot. And when he talks, we listen. So we were all listening. We came back in the second Atlanta practice and overall had a better day. So I think, it doesn't matter with this group age-wise. We need leaders at all levels, at all ages, and I think he's one of them.
When you guys, when you see Cam and Jeff getting into it, that the media is probably blowing away out of proportion. What's the offensive line doing in that moment?
Yeah, did you get a couple in there? You get a couple blows?
You gotta. I mean, Jeff's a big ass cat. You may be sneaking from the side and be like,
Yeah.
oh, that was
JC, you go
that
first.
was JC.
I'll come second.
Yeah, exactly.
JC was in there right away, but I mean,
That's probably the guy you want to say. That's probably the dude.
yeah, he's big as shit. But we, I don't know, like there was just some push and shoving, and then all of a sudden it just kind of, scrums up, and obviously like there's guys way bigger than me. I'm kind of on the outside, like, what the hell's going on?
Right,
But
yeah.
Corey's
Trying
like
to make it look
shoving
like-
backwards. Like, hey, whoa,
I'm
what's
literally
going
just
on?
like, hey,
Corey's the guy that grabs one guy and goes, you and me will just stand over
Hey,
there.
hey,
like
hey.
you're doing something.
quit, hey, knock it out. But no, to me, it kind of seems like the relationship, they have like a big brother, little brother relationship, and little brother just kind of upset Jeff a little bit, and he just kind of barked back. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just a little pushing and shoving.
I need to see you hitting whenever you get a pancake in the game or something.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Do that, you hit that. It's like that's what you see an offensive lineman hit that celebration. You're like, okay, the culture and the swag here is growing. Look at offensive
different.
linemen
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
get a pancake and they just start
Right.
It's a good celly for sure.
It is a good
It's
celly.
nice. It's nice.
Buddy, I miss you. I miss
you guys, man.
I do too.
It's been great.
We got to get the chat fired up more.
Did you get another stream going for Risk?
Brad does the best job of keeping that stream together, or that
He's the group chat's glue guy.
He is.
He is.
He
Dennis
is.
will pop in every now and
Dennis
then.
will pop in, but it's mostly to shame us for something,
Yeah.
and then he's onward and upward. Corey, he's just always in the shadows.
I'm lurking. I'm lurking
He's
for sure.
lurking always. But we do got it off season. We got to hit a wrist stream.
For sure. Let's do it.
You say you're year 9?
Year 9.
1 year away, you've been playing in the league longer than two guys sitting next to you. How's that feel to be a?
He's in year 9. He had to go another one after that.
Yeah,
It's tough. That's tough business trying to get to them double digits.
it
It's
is
easy to get
crazy.
the first 9. I'll say that. Next,
Hey,
next one. 9 to 10's the hardest. Everyone knows that. 9 to 10's the hardest one.
I mean, every year they're bringing in younger, and these young guys they bring in these days are so freaking strong and fast, dude. It's unreal. But you just, I don't know. You got to do what you do to hang on, I guess. And
Is there a piece of you that's like, I gotta get 10 so I can tell Will and Taylor I got 10?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just for you guys. Like I mean, I want to play. I have like these different goals that I've been able to set the last couple of years, but my newest one is to try to be on the Titans when they open in the new stadium. So
Try.
yeah, try to still be here.
Yoda. Do or do not.
There is no try.
All right, then I will be on the Titans when they open.
Let's go.
this
I had a goal
That's my
too.
goal.
I had a goal. It was make it to when we had the alternate jerseys.
Didn't make it.
Didn't make it. Didn't make it.
Didn't make it.
But damn, this thing looks so nice. Do you think the Titans should go full time back to those jerseys?
I like the white helmets a lot.
Yeah.
Or are you talking the Oilers?
The Oiler ones.
I like those every couple of games, but if we could go back to how we had white helmets at least, and
When did we change that? 18?
yeah, when Vrabel's first year, I believe we
Yeah.
changed it.
Yeah.
There's something special about the all white uniform, you know, or the way the white looks with the navy with the white pant, you know, the classic.
I like the white
Britches.
helmets too because it's like the Navy ones. They're just at their best when you're going like all Navy. In my humble opinion,
I agree.
more versatility with the white helmet.
Yeah, you'd like to
Yeah.
see a little more. If you're going to go white jerseys, go white helmet, navy. Oh, if all navy with the navy helmet goes hard.
Very
Do
slick.
you miss the Smurfs?
The I never really wore the.
You didn't get the color rushes?
We did in I think Thursday night in 2017 versus Pittsburgh was the only time.
Yeah, we got donkeyed that game.
And then I believe
That was the game. AB went off, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so did I think Cam Hayward had a good one too. I can't remember.
Did he go off in that game?
It was tough sledding.
Yeah.
Tough sledding.
There's tough times.
That was a good line though. You guys played very well together.
Yeah,
for
we.
sure.
I mean, Josh Klein,
Yeah. Quentin Spain,
Benny.
Jack Conklin.
Was that Jack's first year?
That was his second year.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good crew.
Jack's still doing it out there.
Jack's
He
still
is.
doing his thing out there.
He
Just
is.
sneakily Gumby is just doing his thing. Do you get to see the Browns play when you see the film? Is Jack still jacking?
Jack's still jacking. He's
The most
just,
unique technique you'll ever see in an offensive lineman of
Yeah.
all time.
he's crazy. It defies
He's
all
jacking.
odds. Yeah.
He's
Jacking all season.
He's jacking all season long. Buddy, we appreciate you coming on, man. Thanks for just coming
Appreciate you
to hang
having me,
out.
boys.
Love you,
Love you,
Biscuit.
buddy.
Love you guys. Get a photo of you